Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
Bring 'em out, hey. The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
We ask for a chance is fair.
We ask for a chance is fair.
Chance to equal our strife. Chance to do it there.
Chance to do it there.
We should win.
We should win.
Let it be by the code.
Let it be by the code.
Faith and honor held high.
Faith and honor held high.
We should lose.
We should lose.
Stand by the road.
Stand by the road.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Day by day.
Day by day.
We get better and better.
We get better and better.
So we can't beat.
We can't beat.
Who let the dogs out?
It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school football, featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. To get you ready for today's play-by-play action, we'll bring you interviews, in-depth analysis, and important game information on the pregame show. So let's get things started by going to the stadium and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
All right, we are live at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium for the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show, which is, again, brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me on the call, Dylan Bishop, on-site producer John Alderton, cameramen are Matt Miller and Marcus Jordan. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini, as we are now set for the second broadcast of the day here in a quarterfinal matchup. We get to see the Park South Patriots out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, take on the number 1 team in Class 4A, the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Had a fun one earlier today. The wind making it really a quick run style game that was a 14-7 win for Spring Mills. So they head to a semifinal matchup, waiting for the winner of tomorrow's game between Hurricane and Jefferson, and the winner of this game that we're about to witness in just about an hour or so between Martinsburg and Parkersburg South will take on the winner of Wheeling Park, who's playing host to Huntington right now, and that at the half is a 27-24 Wheeling Park lead.
Okay. So by the end of Martinsburg's game, the winner of this one will know who their opponent is. So, and that's an interesting one to follow.
Yeah, high-scoring matchup at the Island right now at the half, and we anticipate this to be a high-scoring game potentially, as well as Nick Verzolina gives us an update that it's 33-31 now, Wheeling Park.
Okay.
So, there you go. Both sides have already scored a touchdown, I guess, heading into that third quarter. But back to my point, you expect Martinsburg, at least offensively, to have another explosion, because if it is a run-style game, you got Coy Feggett in the backfield, along with potentially Nick Buskey, depending on his health. We knew he got injured last week, but along with Brian Dick and whoever else they want to put back there behind this offensive line, you like their chances.
You do. I think Martinsburg is a powerhouse this year. And Spring Mills obviously has shown that they can put up a fight and have a close game with them. But Spring Mills today had Morgantown come to town, and it was really just a slow slog of a game, you could say, where both teams had trouble getting into the end zone, and Morgantown chewed up a lot of clock on their possessions. And I give a lot of that credit to Morgantown. I think Spring Mills will be fine overall, unless it was a cold weather thing, and if there's other, really cold days that they play on in the semifinals and state championship, that if they're affected by that, maybe it's something to watch out for. But overall, Martinsburg coming into this one, I said that Spring Mills should handle business pretty handily against Morgantown. I was wrong there, but I am expecting a similar sort of thing from Martinsburg, where it kind of, as you mentioned, Colin, if you're relying on the run game, nobody runs the ball and defends the run. That combination of that better than Martinsburg, with, like you said, Fagan and Brian Dick or Nick Buskey, and all the other weapons on the outside that Martinsburg can go to with their offensive line, moving bodies off the ball. It's just a well-oiled machine that feels like it'll be tough for anybody to slow down. And I think that Park South is one of those teams that would have trouble slowing them down. So I think, maybe if they pull out a lot of tricks and Martinsburg makes mistakes on their own end, we could get a game here. But otherwise, this should be another showcase of Martinsburg, see what they can do in the cold weather.
Yeah, Martinsburg on average right under 265 rushing yards per game. They pass for almost 200 yards per game. And the opponent in Parkersburg South, pretty as balanced as you can see a team be this year. Look at the record. They are 6-5 overall now after getting the win in round one of the playoffs, 24-17 last week against Washington. You look at average yards per game, rushing 174.5, passing 173.5. On average, they give up 163 rushing yards per game and 165.5 passing yards per game. So, again, as balanced as a team can potentially be, it seems like, is what Martinsburg has in front of them tonight.
Hey, Colin Hayes at quarterback has thrown 216 passes. Eli Bartley at running back has had 227 rushes, and that's 1,457 yards gained, a net of 1,421 on the year for Eli Bartley, and 21 rushing touchdowns. So we saw them against Spring Mills have not quite as much success as they had against a lot of other schools, but that's still a really talented run game that they have there, and Colin Hayes can throw the ball a little bit as well, but this is their toughest test.
We'll step aside, take our first break here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll have our check of the area schedule, which means we'll hear from Jefferson head coach Craig Hunter. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the expansion of our ENT services in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley has added 2 new physician's assistants to their team. Both Connor Hall and Samantha Barbado are now accepting new patients, allowing WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley to provide faster appointment times. For more information, call 304-262-9400. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for the check of the area schedule, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets, with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rock's. We're going to change things up here with our check of the area schedule since we have the other 2 Eastern Panhandle games going on today. The only other team in action is Jefferson as they take on Hurricane tomorrow afternoon. So let's hear from Jefferson head coach Craig Hunter. I'm now joined by the head coach of Jefferson football, Craig Hunter. Coach Hunter, your team with a 48-28 win in round 1 of the playoffs against Cabell Midland last week. What were your thoughts about that game?
I thought the kids fought and played hard. There was touch and go early in the game. We were going back and forth battling. Kids had to go through some adversity. We went in at halftime, made some adjustments, was able to slow them down offensively and keep going with our offense and take the lead. And just once we got the lead in the fourth quarter, we didn't really look back. So, but the kids played well and played hard.
You mentioned those halftime adjustments. What were some of them that worked well?
Just the fact that they were giving us some unbalanced line looks, oversets. We had to make sure we had everything covered up properly. The kids were playing proper assignments and proper technique at halftime. To reiterate that and get back on track with that to make sure they understood what their assignments were.
Who were some people that really stood out in the game that were difference makers?
Defensively, I would say early in the game, Jalen Allen, Jonas Weiser did a good job. Hakeem Drake, I thought Noah Bajan did a good job inside handling double teams for us. Kip Waldeck or Kirk Waldeck did a great job. So those guys defensively did a great job. And, I thought Dylan did a great job of running the offense, and Tayshawn did a great job of just running the ball, period, and doing whatever we needed him to do.
This week you guys will take on Hurricane. What have you seen from them so far?
Just pretty much, they're a team that pretty much, I guess, matches with us speed-wise. I mean, they got a lot of speed. The quarterback is an excellent player. He's a heck of a football player. Offensively, they're an offensive juggernaut. Defensively, they're able to get stops when they need them. They play hard on defense. It's gonna be a tough game. 3 versus 6 is always a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game. We want to stop number 7, the quarterback, keep him in the pocket, keep him corralled, make him throw the ball in tight windows as best we can. Just get pressure on.
What are some things that you're able to replicate in practice to put pressure on a quarterback with his capabilities?
We have some guys that have the same skill set that we can help. We can pretty much simulate what they do offensively. So our skill set guys are pretty decent. That we go depth. We have enough depth that we can actually kind of simulate what they do. We have sometimes Dylan doesn't necessarily play defense sometimes, so we can put him back at quarterback to simulate him moving around in the pocket or him running the ball. Those are some things that we can do and to simulate what they're going to do to us. That's always the key. It's hard to simulate Cabell Midland's offense as much as what they did because they ran a lot of motion, a lot of deep motion, a lot of things of that nature. The timing was hard to simulate. Sometimes, like when you do things with a single wing offense, like you can't simulate how well they actually run the offense. But I think we can do a good job of actually simulating what they do and give us a good look this week in practice.
And then on your side of things, what are you hoping to execute to get the win?
Establish a running game. Hopefully, we can establish a running game. Get some play action. Get the ball to our guys in space. That's a key thing for us is, getting the ball to your athletes in space and letting them do what they do best. So using Tayshawn and Tony Allen, Rockwell, and Wallace. We didn't have Wallace last week. He didn't play last week. So having him back and having Benner back is a big thing for us this week. So those two didn't play last week. So
you mentioned Wallace being healthy, and I know it seems like for a lot of people, Roper's definitely healthy now as well. How much of a boost has it been to have your guys healthy at this point in the season?
It's good to have them at this point in the season. It's really good to have all your kids healthy as best you can. Because if you want to make this run in the playoffs, you really need all your kids healthy, ready to go. And you need to be, I would say, you need to have your game plans tight and together. So you can bring it to the kids so they understand what's going on.
All right, Coach Hunter, anything else?
That's it.
All right, thank you for the time. Best of luck Saturday.
No fun question today?
I was thinking of one. Haven't really, but we'll see. I asked Coach Walker favorite playoff memory, so I guess I'll ask you that as well.
It's a tough one. I would say favorite playoff memory would be, I hate to do this to him because he's a good friend of mine. I guess it would be the year we were 5-5, and I don't think anybody really gave us a shot to beat Musselman. We beat Musselman in the first round of the playoffs, 32-0 at their place.
All right, that's a good one for your side. Yeah, I can see where it's not so much for Musselman.
I said I hate to do it to him because he's a good friend of mine.
So maybe you won't hear it. You never know.
Oh, he'll hear it.
All right. Thank you, Coach. The only other quarterfinal matchup going on this weekend is number 5 Huntington at number 4 Wheeling Park. That was our check of the area schedule, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle, fast, fresh, friendly, Rock's. We'll be back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
To David M. Walker Stadium as we are about 40 minutes away or so from kickoff of this quarterfinal game where the Parkersburg South Patriots will take on the number 1 Martinsburg Bulldogs. Both teams out on the field doing their warm-ups right now. Let's key in on our visitors from Parkersburg and the South High Patriots. Mentioned earlier, 6-5 overall on the year with wins against University, Woodrow Wilson, Parkersburg, John Marshall, Lindsley, and most recently Washington last week in a round 1 24-17 victory to end the other Patriots season. We saw them against Spring Mills. They have a few key players that could definitely cause some issues for Martinsburg here tonight, but overall you expect it not to be enough.
Right, as we mentioned, Eli Bartley, 1,400 yards and 21 touchdowns on the year on the ground. Only added in 25 catches for 195 yards through the air, so it doesn't catch a whole lot of passes out of the backfield. Two or so a game. Devin Forshee and Taj Joyce on the outside, leading receivers. 700 yards and 7 touchdowns for Joyce, 600 yards and 3 touchdowns for Forshee on the year. Colin Hayes at quarterback, 1,600 yards and 10 touchdowns. It's a pretty run-heavy team overall. That's what they like to do at the very least. It's their strength. A lot of things similar to last week's Martinsburg opponent, Parkersburg, in terms of the team statistics, their stats versus their opponents on the year. Park South gives up 1 more point a game than they score on the year, 27.8. They score 28.8 that they give up rushing yards on the year. It's just under 2,000. A lot of that from Eli Bartley. The total offensive numbers are close. They average 6.1 yards per play. They give up 5.4. So they've been a little better this year. The time of possession difference is fairly significant. They only hold the ball for about 21 minutes a game, and their opponents over 26.5 minutes per game so far this year. They've given up 17 sacks, and they've only gotten 9 on the entire year. So, like I said, a lot of close matchups. Look through the team stats. It's pretty even compared to their schedule. So this is a step up in competition. So how do they respond? Can Eli Bartley get the run game going? We saw he had some trouble with that against Spring Mills. He still popped a few, but Martinsburg run defense is very good. And in this cold, windy day, turning into night, how much do they have to lean on him? Even more so than usual, and what can he do?
Step aside, take another break on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from the head coach of Parkersburg South, Nathan Tanner. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, joined by the head coach of Parkersburg South, Nathan Tanner. Coach Tanner, your team gets a round one 24-17 win against Washington last week. What were your overall thoughts about that game?
Well, the first round win, we're just thankful to get out of there with a win. We played fairly sloppy. We turned the ball over 4 times and gave them a lot of opportunities to stay in the game. But our kids showed a lot of resiliency and mental fortitude to keep fighting and clawing, and we eventually found a way to win. We had some kids really step up in the second half towards the end of the game and made some plays to seal the win. So, yeah, like I said, kind of a sloppy win, but just grateful to be practicing another week and on to the second round.
And your matchup here in the second round is the Martinsburg Bulldogs. What are your initial thoughts about this week's matchup?
This week's matchup is definitely a tall task. Every year you have to face Martinsburg. You know you're going to play an elite football team. They're the pinnacle of, or the apex of high school football in West Virginia, and this year is not any different. They have really good athletes all over the field, and they're extremely well coached. And something that we've told our kids this week is I think what makes Martinsburg special is not only how they execute at a high level, but they play harder than everybody that they see. So we're going to have to match their effort and intensity in order to give ourselves a chance.
And depending on how you look at things, it's a second chance because it's the team that last year ended your guys' season here at Coburn Field. Looking back at that game, what do you feel like are some things that went right for you guys that you are hoping to bring, even though it's a year difference in a new team?
Well, last year, I'll be honest with you, not very much went right. Last year's Martinsburg team, they were very, very stingy on defense. They made it extremely tough to run the football. A year ago we had a 2,000-yard running back in Gage Wright, and their defensive line and their linebackers, they were just, playing lights out. So they made it extremely tough to run the football. And on the back end, they always have a really good secondary that covers you up really well. So, this year, I feel like up front we're a little bit better. as a whole, and that's been our MO all season, is we've been able to run the football. And I think especially late into the season, in particular in the playoffs, you have to be able to run the football in order to have some success. And I feel good with our group this year. We've been able to run the football against some really good teams. Another team in Martinsburg, which is Spring Mills, we were able to have over 100 yards rushing that game. We weren't able to put points on the board, but nonetheless, we were able to establish a run game. So that's going to be really, really important this week against Martinsburg, just helping our offense get into a rhythm and take some pressure off of our quarterback. Our Q's going to have to be able to run the football and be as efficient as possible in the passing game. We just got to try to accumulate first downs and work the ball down the field and get some points on the board. And defensively, something that we're going to try to eliminate, and this is kind of coach speak, we talk about it every week, but eliminate explosives as much as possible. Martinsburg, they have explosive athletes all over the field, so we got to try to make them work it down the field and not just big plays to death.
Thanksgiving's also this week, so kids out of school, how do you make sure they stay focused on the task at hand?
Well, I think at this point in the season, they know what's at stake, and they know the opportunity that's in front of them. So they're excited about the opportunity. So it's not that tough to keep them focused at the task at hand. And I think them being out of school all week, it gives them a little extra rest, which is a good thing. We've played a gauntlet of a schedule, and our kids are a little tired and banged up. So I think it works out in our favor in that sense.
You mentioned earlier Martinsburg, the pinnacle, the apex here in the state of West Virginia. When a team goes up against them, a lot of people in their minds feel like there's a intimidation factor just in the name Martinsburg alone. How do you make sure that your team doesn't fall under that case as well and not give up before the game's even played because it's Martinsburg?
Well, I think in our case, we're somewhat unique because we don't play Martinsburg in the regular season. But since I've been at South, this is our 6th year with this coaching staff, and this will be the 4th year that we've played Martinsburg in the playoffs. So I think sometimes teams in particular that don't see them, whether it be in the regular season or the postseason, and it's their first time ever playing them, there's that huge intimidation factor. I've seen that. I've been a part of it. I've felt it. Our kids have played against Martinsburg before. We have a lot of kids on the team that have played them in the playoffs. You brought up last year's matchup. Some of them were freshmen when we played them 2 or 3 years ago. And, not only playing them, during the football season, we typically match up with them over the summer when we're doing 7-on-7s and things like that. So our kids are familiar with them and they know what to expect. So, as far as being intimidated, I don't think our kids are going to be intimidated, but there's definitely a level of respect there for sure. But I think just with them being an opponent that our kids have seen and felt before, there's not that factor as much.
What will your final message be to your team before you guys take the field against Martinsburg on Friday night?
Don't take the opportunity for granted. We're practicing on Thanksgiving week, and we're getting an opportunity to play in the state quarterfinals. There's a lot of people that play the sport of football, their entire life, and they never get that opportunity. And here we are, and we got a chance to knock off the number 1 team in the state and make history. So, we're going to go out there and try to capitalize on our opportunity and have as much fun as possible while we're doing it.
Thank you, Coach Tanner, for the time. Appreciate it, and best of luck.
All right, thank you, sir.
That was our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
WVU Medicine Bariatric and Metabolic Surgery, a department of Berkeley Medical Center, offers comprehensive weight loss programs, both medical and surgical, designed to help you obtain a healthy weight and improve your quality of life. Our team at WVU Medicine walks with patients every step of the way, before, during, and after surgery, to provide education, resources, and support. To learn more about WVU Medicine Bariatric and Metabolic Surgery in the Dorothy McCormick Center, call 304-901-7080.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Drive More Days is back at Carter Myers Automotive, and this year we'll keep you rolling with a $1,000 gas card. Visit any of our locations to take a test drive, and we'll enter you into a drawing to win a $1,000 gas card. With that kind of money, fill up at the pump for the rest of the year, completely on us. Stop in during Drive More Days for your chance to win a $1,000 gas card. Only at Carter Myers Automotive. Owners just care more.
You feel that in the air? The precision passes of expletives thrown from a jersey-clad warrior to his TV, his dog, or anyone that'll listen. It's time for tailgating and showing off those parking lot picnics. Just remember, when you come out of the fourth quarter to 5 new dents, remember Cody's Auto Body is your MVP. I can erase those dents, just not the memory of your team's awful record. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency, BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches' interviews, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Now joined by head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Dave Walker. Coach Walker, your team with a big win to start off the playoffs last week against Parkersburg here at home. What did you like from the team in that kind of lopsided affair?
I thought we really got off to a fast start, which, we've not done that for a while. So guys just came out ready to play. I think they were really excited to be at home, and, the energy was up in the locker room. And I just felt like we played pretty well.
You mentioned it's kind of the first time here in a few games that you guys have had such a strong start on both sides of the ball, even after the week off. What do you feel like that's a testament to, other than, I guess, the energy?
I think it's a combination of us actually coming out and performing and doing the things we worked on in practice, and then playing a team that obviously was the 16th ranked team. So, they weren't as good as some of the teams maybe we played the last few weeks, so that had a lot to do with it. But I thought all three phases of our game looked really good. Our blocked punts, we scored different areas. So it's just a really good team effort, and it's the way you like to get the playoffs started.
What are some other things that maybe stood out to you in all facets of the game? I know you kind of just mentioned in special team the block punts, but maybe what else?
Well, we didn't have a lot of penalties. I thought it was a really it's a combination, I think, of it being a really well-officiated game, and the fact maybe we just did a little better job as coaches, maybe coaching them not to commit penalties. I don't know, but we didn't have many, so I thought that was a plus.
Heading into this week, with it being a holiday week as well, kids are out of school. How do you make sure that they'll stay focused, stay ready, and keep that energy that you guys had, and obviously in a big way build it into this week?
There's always distractions that come with practicing during this week, family obligations and things like that. But guys get to sleep in a little bit, so they should be well rested when they come in. We try to keep the same schedule pretty much during the week, except for Thanksgiving Day. We will have our early morning practice, and so the guys can be home, for Thanksgiving dinner and stuff. So it's exciting. Of course, more teams are getting to practice this week at Thanksgiving because of the lawsuit or whatever, the court cases. So, but usually it's really a special time to be able to practice this week.
What are some other things, maybe, because you mentioned the practice in the morning, that you guys try to do to make it even more of a special week for the kids?
Well, we feed them breakfast. We have like a Thanksgiving breakfast. The moms will come in and cook, and we try to have, gravy and biscuits, which is one of my favorites. And so we feed them before we bring them up here and do like a normal Thursday practice for us, which is probably entails a little more than maybe what it has in the past, but try to have them out by noon so they can be home and, to watch, football on TV, watch NFL, or whatever they do on Thanksgiving Day before they eat and spend time with their family.
This week you guys take on the other team from Parkersburg, the South High Patriots. Have you gotten a chance to look at anything from them? If so, what have kind of been the early things that stood out to you?
Schematically, they're very similar to what we just saw against Parkersburg. They're a spread team, and they do a little more tempo stuff, so they'll do different speeds with what they do offensively. And defensively, and they like to bring pressure, but they're an even front team. So at this time of year, you're not going to see a whole lot that you haven't seen, one time or another throughout the season. So, we'll prepare as though we do every week, and which, we met as staff. We met yesterday and then put the game plan together, and then Mondays, pretty much putting everything together with the team, and then, practice at Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then play Friday.
Only a final few weeks, hopefully, with the season. We talked about it, obviously, heading into the playoffs. Question of, are you guys playing your best football? Big win, even though it was against a 16th seed by 70 points. Do you still feel like you guys aren't there yet, or is there a stride that you guys still need to take for being at your best?
I think you can always play better, but I thought we played really well against Parkersburg. So if we can keep that level up, I like our chances, this week. But each week brings a new challenge. So I think there's things that we can always fix. But I thought we played pretty well. So hopefully we can continue to get better.
All right. Anything else, Coach? If not, guess I'll do a fun question if I can think of one here off the top of the head. Favorite playoff memory? How about that from your time as a head coach?
There's a couple that are pretty good. I mean, when we won our first state championship, I mean, that was a playoff. That'll always rank up there. And just the feeling, when you look at the clock and you realize, hey, we're going to win. And then probably after that, my son catching the game-winning touchdown in one of the state championship games back in 2013. That's a pretty special memory for me and my family. But I don't know, they're all special. I mean, just they go by so fast. I mean, that's what I told our guys. Our message last week was, you take advantage of your opportunities, because this moment, you'll never have this moment again. So you need to make sure that you're, performing the best that you can and enjoy it and really appreciate what you have.
Well said. Thank you for the time, Coach. Best of luck Friday against Parkersburg South.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. That was our coach's interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show after this. You're tuned into West Virginia High School playoff football and talk radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. Lung cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the United States, and sadly, West Virginia has a higher rate of lung cancer than the nation as a whole. WVU Medicine reminds you that CT lung screenings can save lives. The WVU Cancer Institute at Berkeley Medical Center's Lung Cancer Screening Program provides screenings, evaluations, and counseling for patients at high risk of developing lung cancer. For more information, contact the Lung Cancer Screening Program Nurse Navigator at 304-264-1287.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
You know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our player interviews, brought to you by the Marius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Give them a call today at 304-263-4343. Stop in, schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. As I'm now joined by Bulldog linebacker Ace Flores. Ace, great game for you guys last week against Parkersburg. A big win for you guys here in round one. What did you like from the team in that game?
We did good. We did good pursuing the ball and doing what we had to do with only having 2 or a day of practice.
So, as you kind of mentioned, just only a few days of preparing for the team because you didn't really know at the start who you guys were going to go up against. What were some things that you tried to do during that kind of a made by week by what was going on?
We really just worked on the basics on offense and defense and special teams.
This week you guys take on Parkersburg South, a team that kind of also likes to run the ball. Have had a pretty solid year here this year as well. What's your expectation? I know still early in the week, but heading into this game?
Just keep doing what we're doing and make sure everyone on defense especially keeps doing their job, and offense just keep rolling through.
Goal obviously to have a few more games after this, also being your senior year. What are the last few things that you're hoping to accomplish as a Bulldog?
Definitely win a state championship again, get all-state linebacker, and just keep doing what I'm doing.
All right, anything else, Ace?
No, that's it.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. So I'm now joined by offensive and defensive linemen for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Xavier Pollard. Xavier, big game for you guys last week, a dominating win against Parkersburg. Just walk me through it. How do you guys think you did in the trenches?
I definitely think we dominated. I think we did our job, and it showed on the scoreboard and in the results.
Had a big game, few tackles for losses, even a few sacks as well on that defensive side. Just talk about the pressure, what you guys kind of saw in the film to exploit.
Really, a big thing for me, I always like to scout my opponents. I like to scout their tendencies and their tells. You can usually tell when the guy's run blocking or pass blocking by the weight on their hand, their stance. So I just took advantage of that along with the speed. So I think contribute that to the success.
This week you guys take on Parkersburg South, so I know it's still early here, but what's your expectation heading into the quarterfinal game?
Well, obviously the expectation is always to win and do your best, so we're just planning to have a great week of practice, get better every day, and again, scout our opponents, pick them apart, and just dominate overall.
Obviously the goal, having a few games left here in your career, what are you hoping to do in these final stages as your last hurrah in high school?
Yeah, so a goal all year has been win a state championship. That's always been a goal of mine all throughout my high school career. So now seeing that it's possible and that we can, it's just more motivating to work even harder. So we just do our best in practice and go hard in the games and hopefully come out victorious.
All right. Thank you, Xavier, for the time. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
As our player interviews brought to you by the Marriott Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call them today at 304-263-4343. Stop in, schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Order number 2001.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rocks app. Want the kids to warm up to you? Get a gas fireplace from Roach Energy. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
Welcome back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium for our final portion of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show, as we are just under 10 minutes away on the clock shown on the scoreboard for kickoff between the number 1 Martinsburg Bulldogs and the 8th-seeded Parkersburg South Patriots. Let's now get our starting lineups, brought to you by Bodwell Insurance Solutions, a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs. Visit them online at bodwellinsurancesolutions.com or call 304-283-0864. First for Park South's offense at left tackle, it is Tyson Wagner. Left guard, Logan Middleton. Center, Eli Wheeler. Right guard's Brody Nesselrot. Right tackle is Grayson Board. Wide receivers are Devin Forsheet, Taj Joyce, and Brendan Kelly. Running backs, Eli Bartley and Dedrick Riggs. And at quarterback, it's Colin Hayes. Defensively for Park South, up front they go with 4 men. It's Tyson Wagner, Logan Middleton, Brody Nesselrot, and Eli Wheeler. 3 linebackers, Kinzen Lutchman Singh, Cole Middleton, and Cameron Jackson. And corner, it's Taj Joyce and Jackson Lord. Safeties, Derek Sandy and Diedrich Riggs. For Martinsburg at left tackle, it's Peyton Kaufman. Left guards, Brady Breeden. Centers, Cade Marshall. Right guard, Xavier Pollard. Right tackle, Jordan Kovacs. Starting wide receivers, projected wise, are Kyrie Bunny, Boston Todd, Jashawn Dirting, and Braden Miller. Running back, it appeared tonight, watching the warm-ups down below. Usually the starter, Nick Buskey, didn't see him, so Kevin Myers, the freshman, wearing number 14, expected to get the start potentially at running back, along with Brian Dick rotating in and out. And then at quarterback, it's Coy Fegan. Defensively, Frankie Urias, Peyton Kaufman, Xavier Pollard on the line. Linebackers, Ty Ricketts, Michael Dillard, Ace Flores, and Brian Dick. Corners are Mason Wally and Kingston McDonald Gibson. Safeties, Braden Miller and Coy Fegan, and that is the Bodwell Insurance Solutions starting lineups. Let's now get the keys to the game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
On the Park South side, I think they're going to have to try to force some turnovers somehow, whether that's getting pressure on Coy Fegan and forcing him into tough throws or just stripping the ball out of the hands of Martinsburg ball carriers. And it's a cold night. It's a little harder to hold on to the ball. So maybe you can strip one out. We saw some issues with that with Spring Mills earlier today, and generate explosive plays any way that you can. We saw that Morgantown against Spring Mills, if we make the comparison again, was not really able to get any explosive plays down the field, especially in the passing game. But they were able to kind of matriculate the ball down the field, but that only got them one touchdown in the end. Can you get big plays over the top or in the run game against the Martinsburg defense? And for the Bulldogs, minimize mistakes. That is the key. The only way Martinsburg loses this game is if they beat themselves. Whether it's turnovers, penalties, just mistakes of execution along the way somewhere. If they don't beat themselves, they will win this game.
Both teams, in a few moments, will be taking the field, so we'll step aside, take our final break of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show, and then be back, hopefully, with kickoff. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
And that concludes today's pregame show.
We play every play like it's the most important play of the game.
Who let the dogs out? Coming up next, it's the starting lineups, opening kick, and play-by-play action of West Virginia high school football. Today's game is being brought to you by
Orsini's Home Store, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, John Hardy, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
And now, let's go back to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
You fell. We welcome you back here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium as the Martinsburg Bulldogs take the field. And here come the Parkersburg South Patriots as well on the far side. So we introduce tonight's officials, brought to you by Panhandle Dumpsters. Sign up with Panhandle today at panhandledumpsters.com and use promo code TV10 to get your first month free. Referee, Stephen Dalton. Umpire is Connor McNamara. Line judge is Ron Wiles. Linesman's Joe Blaney. Field judge is Nick Romito. Side judge is Jacob Wolf. And back judge is Austin Parrish. That is tonight's game officials as the team captains for both teams are getting ready to meet at midfield for tonight's coin toss. Visitors in Parkersburg South wearing the blue helmets with white face masks and the white S on the side. White jerseys with blue trim on the sleeves. Blue numbers on the front and back outlined in red, and the blue pants. For Martinsburg, it is the black helmet with the black face masks on the front. The white state of West Virginia on each side with the block orange M in the middle. Tonight they go with the gray uniforms here at home with the orange numbers on the front and back outlined in white and the white pants. Mentioned earlier, it's cold. For those that maybe didn't know, maybe you're somewhere nice and warm, and if you are, we're jealous. Switch your spots. Just kidding, no. We want to be here. It's Coburn Field, David M. Walker Stadium, playoff football. Doesn't matter that it's cold, but it is 32 degrees, if anybody was wondering, and the wind chill makes it feel like 25 degrees. 8-mile-an-hour winds with gusts up above 20 miles an hour. So we'll see if that plays a factor or not in this game, kind of like it did earlier when we had Spring Mills get the 14-7 win against Morgantown this afternoon. So the Cardinals advance to the state semifinals, awaiting the winner of tomorrow's game between Jefferson and Hurricane. And last we saw, don't know if it went final or not, it was Huntington leading Wheeling Park. I believe 51-39 was the score last I heard. So Highlanders will be awaiting the winner of this game.
Yeah, it's proof that you can put up some points in this weather. So we'll see.
And they had snow at the island, just a little bit.
So we'll see how these teams handle these cold conditions. You know that we can handle it. We're not the Miami Dolphins.
12 minutes on the clock, ready for our opening kickoff, which is brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me on the call is Dylan Bishop, our on-site producers John Alderton, cameramen Marcus Jordan and Matt Miller. Back in the studio is Nick Verzolini as Martinsburg will be kicking off to Parkersburg South to begin the game. Martinsburg defending the right end zone, Parkersburg defending the left end zone as Sam Collins is putting the ball on the tee to kick things off. Collins takes his steps back. Gets set, make sure everybody else is set. And here we go. It's a line drive, end-over-end kick into the end zone from Collins for a touchback. So it'll be a 1st and 10 at the 20. It's Colin Hayes in the Parkersburg South offense takes the field.
Big test for Eli Bartley. Saw him against Spring Mills. 1,400 yards and 21 rushing touchdowns on the year. See if what him and the offensive line can get going in the run game against the stout Bulldogs defensive line.
Parkersburg South huddles. Breaks the huddle now. And will send 3 receivers to the near side, none on the far side. Out of the gun, Hayes takes the snap. Will hand it off to his running back, Eli Bartley, on the inside zone, and he'll gain 2 yards, make it 2nd and 8 at the 22. They now flip the receivers to the far side on the field. Martinsburg responds defensively. Some motion up front now as a flag drawn and pointing towards a potential neutral zone or encroachment penalty against Martinsburg as our first penalty of the night. The referee tries to get his microphone to work. It does so a little bit, as that Stephen Dalton with the penalty to mark off 5 yards, and what was a 2nd and 8 is now a 2nd and 3 at the 27. 3 receivers to the left for Hayes. Gets the snap. Throws a pass. Caught in the middle of the field by Devin Forshee around the 35. He gets across the 35. Will be brought down right at the 40-yard line for a first down for Parkersburg South.
Looks like they want to go with some up-tempo offense.
Yeah, 5 wide now. 4 receivers on the far side, 1 to the near side. It's a screen pass picked off by Martinsburg. They read it, and it's going to be a pick 6 for the Bulldogs. 11-14 left here in the first quarter as Ty Ricketts with the pick 6 open up the scoring.
So they send Eli Bartley out wide to have him act as a receiver on the screen. It's a nice idea. The only problem is Ty Ricketts saw it coming the entire way. I think if you're going man-to-man there, that was probably your linebacker against your running back matchup. He jumps the screen, picks it off, takes it to the house.
Extra point kick up and good. We'll step aside, only take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
12-piece chicken for $12 with Rock's app.
Starting route to Rock's local market.
Stopping by a local watering hole for happy hour between 5 and 7 to get the family dinner.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rock's app.
Reserve a table by the fire every night. Relax in the warmth and comfort of a Roach Energy gas fireplace. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
Stadium, 11-14 here in the first quarter. It is Martinsburg after a Ty Ricketts pick 6 leading Parkersburg South 7-0 as Sam Collins sends another booming kick that's going to bounce right at the 1 and roll into the end zone for another touchback.
That's just an incredible play by Ty Ricketts to open this thing up. Well, only 46 seconds in, and Martinsburg's up on the board without their offense touching the field. That's Martinsburg for you. They can hit you with a play like that, offensively or defensively at any time.
3 receivers to the near side for Parkersburg South, and some motion up front. No flags though, as everybody gets back and set. Hayes puts Bartley to his right, takes the snap. It's a quick pass that's high, but snagged in by Devin Forshee at the 25-yard line, and he gets the forward progress to about the 26 before being brought down to bring up a 2nd and 4.
That's a really impressive catch by Forshee. He had to really go up and grab that one. Quick turn up the field as well to get a couple extra yards.
10:50 left here in the first quarter now as they flip the formation now for Park South. Bartley on the right side of Hayes. Hayes takes the snap, hands it off to Bartley, who follows his left guard Logan Middleton up the middle before falling forward just shy of the first down marker at the 28-yard line, which will bring up a 3rd down and 2 to go.
So Eli Bartley's first 2 carries both only go for 2 yards.
2 receivers from the far side, 1 to the near side. Martinsburg, it looks like, sending some pressure potentially. So they only have 1 high safety who's helping out the far side 2 corners, which means here on the near side, it's man coverage between Marshall and Bunny. Man in motion from right to left. Park South goes with the speed option. Hayes tosses it back to Bartley, who cuts downfield, but will be tackled very close to the line of scrimmage. Looks like they gave Bartley a yard, which is not enough for a first down. So 4th and 1, decision time now for Park South. And it looks like they're going to go for it.
I think they should.
Quick snap to Hayes, who hands it off to Bartley, and he has a big hole up the middle, now stumbling at the 50 across the secondary into Martinsburg territory. Chasing him down from behind was Miller and Fegan to save the touchdown. But it's a huge play. First down, Park South. Ball at Martinsburg's 47-yard line, and the Patriots work quickly. Hayes takes the snap. Read option, keeps it himself. Goes right up the middle on the run, across the 45, and brought down at the 43-yard line.
4-yard gain for Hayes on that. Bartley breaks through a really tight hole in the offensive line before that play. 24-yard gain. And if he doesn't stumble as he comes through the line, I don't know if he gets caught. He would have at least gotten 10 or 20 more yards, probably, at the very least.
Second down and 6. Hayes gets the snap. It's an RPO and almost another interception for Ty Ricketts, but he bobbles it off the hands of the intended receiver, Devin Forshee.
That was risky there. And we're seeing a good bit more of Ty Ricketts in the slot. Seeing Michael Dillard take over linebacker spot of Nick Buskey. And Ricketts kind of spreading out wide in that safety position in the slot, kind of a spur or bandit, Kyle Hamilton type of role so far.
Forshee gets set in motion now. He's the lone wide receiver on the far side of the field. 2 receivers to the near side. Hayes, read option. Keeps it himself, tries to go up the middle, but immediately is stuffed as a linebacker coming in on the blitz from Martinsburg brings him down, as I believe that might have been Dillard and Ricketts on the tackle. So that'll make it a 4th down and 5. Ball at the 42-yard line.
This will be an even tougher one here. Five full yards to get.
3 receivers to the near side. Colin Hayes looking to the near side, quick slant. It's caught in the middle of the field by Forshee. Stiff arms a man off the tackle, but is brought down by that same man, Kyrie Bunny, right at the 20-yard line. So a huge play of 22 yards is enough for a Park South first down.
Forshee in the slot's been huge for them so far.
Quick play, they hand it off to Bartley. Eli Bartley goes up the middle and will only gain a yard on the carry. He lost the ball, but they say forward progress was stopped, which will bring up a 2nd down and 9. 8:10 left here in the first. It's Martinsburg 7, Park South nothing.
I think that's a matchup that maybe Park South can continue to go to. Tyrick is going to keep going in the slot. He's not a traditional corner.
Colin Hayes tries to go with the hard count, now looking to the far side of the field for the play call. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left as Hayes takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass, examines his options, chucks it into the end zone on the far side. It's a jump ball intended for Forshee, but it's batted away. Great job by the secondary. I believe it might have been Bunny and Fegan over there, potentially, to get that one away.
Yeah, it does look like we're seeing Kyrie Bunny out there at the right side corner for the defensive side at least, which is not something that we see Martinsburg pull out for every game. Devin Forshee has at 6'1", 185, has been a problem already. 3 catches.
5 seconds left on the play clock. They get the snap off. Hayes drops back looking to pass. It's caught on the far side by Forshee on a screen. And he spins off a tackle and somehow fights into the end zone for a Park South touchdown. He got spun around at the 15, ripped out of it, and just went down that far sideline. And with now 7:31 left in the first, it's 7-6. Extra point trying to tie things up for the Patriots.
That is an amazing ability to get out of that tackle that time. Martinsburg does have to do a better job of wrapping up their guy on that one, but give credit to Forshee on that play. His stats on the year are not, superstar level or anything, but he's been a superstar so far in this quarter.
Alex Hanna's extra point kick is up and good. We're tied at 7 now here in the first quarter with 7:31 left. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back in 30 seconds.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the expansion of our ENT services in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley has added 2 new physician's assistants to their team. Both Connor Hall and Samantha Barbado are now accepting new patients, allowing WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley to provide faster appointment times. For more information, call 304-262-9400. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg.
We are back here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium, home of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, who are now tied here with the number 8 seed Park South Patriots. It's the 1 seed Martinsburg trying to advance to the semifinals once again, as Park South has just scored here in the first, and Martinsburg expecting a potential onside kick. Surprise here, as everybody for Park South currently bunched together, as Wyatt Bartley, a freshman out there, looking like he might kick, as now they spread back out, so Martinsburg's return team will do so as well. However, it still looks like it might be an onside kick here to the near side. Instead, it's a short end-over-end kick that's going to bounce at the 30 and roll around before being scooped up by Dillard, who picks it up and will try to go downfield and be tackled at the 32-yard line. So let's get our scoring drive summary in now, which is brought to you by Flora. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool from Flora Pools.
At 10 plays goes Parkersburg South to go 80 yards to get into the end zone. 19-yard touchdown reception for Devin Forsey on a screen. He's already got 4 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown.
So 1st and 10 at the 32 for Martinsburg. Fagan, shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side. Gets the snap. Read option, keeps it himself, has a big hole. Tries to hurdle over Eli Bartley, but gets clipped and falls forward to the 39-yard line. So gain of 7 will bring up 2nd down and 3. Brian Dick in at running back, by the way, getting the start instead of Buskey. We were wondering if it was going to be him or Kevin Myers.
I think we'll see Kevin Myers play the role of, say, Brian Dick, or that running back number 2 if they need him at some point.
Fagan hands it off to Dick. Dick tries to drive up the middle, pushes forward to get some extra yards, which is enough for a Martinsburg 1st down as he goes to the 43-yard line.
The line was able to open up the hole that time. He was able to get through.
2 receivers to each side. Fagan takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass. Quick pass called on the near side on the wide receiver screen to Durding. Durding gets to the 45, tries to follow the blocks, and will fall forward to the 46-yard line, which will bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Well, this is a solid job by Park South to pursue that one. Didn't let the motion throw them off.
6 minutes left in the first, tied at 7 here in this quarterfinal matchup between Martinsburg and Park South. Fagan now alone in the backfield, gets the snap, runs to his right, stops, tries to cut back, sheds off a tackle, but goes right into the hands of Logan Middleton. And that's going to be a sack, a loss of a yard or 2. Make it 3rd and 9.
A loss of 2. I think that was a design run all the way. Maybe there was an run pass option, someone for him to throw it to on the outside.
So 3rd and 9, 44. Fagan drops back the pass. It's a screen pass caught by Dick, and Dick has space up the middle and tries to bounce to the outside across the 45 of Park South. It will be brought down at the 44-yard line. 1st down, Bulldogs.
Just a well set up screen by Martinsburg that time. Defensive line blows past, opens things up.
So in Park South territory now is Martinsburg. 1st and 10 at the 43. Screen pass on the far side caught by Kyrie Bunny, who goes right up the middle. It'll be wrapped in. That was Boston Todd, not Bunny. And he's tackled at the 36-yard line.
Martinsburg really attacking the outside, the Park South defense.
So 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Fegan, that's the snap. Throws a pass underneath the Dick and immediately tackled in the backfield by Dedrick Riggs at the 39-yard line. So 3-yard loss, and that'll make it 3rd and 6.
It's interesting play calling in the opening drive for the Martinsburg offense. Not used to seeing them really go to screens and swing passes this often. It's something they think they can exploit from Park South, or at least start things off for their offense and set up big plays later.
3rd and 6 at the 39. 2 receivers to each side as Fegan takes a snap, drops back, looking to pass as a man coming really close to getting him, but he throws the pass to the near side, and it's caught by Jashawn Durding, and Durding goes across the 25 to the 23-yard line, but that's enough for a first down as Riggs was coming in on a corner blitz and almost blew that play up, but Fegan able to recognize that he was about to get some contact and throw that pass off a second earlier.
It was good composure from him to get the pass off. And Durding just a little hitch on the outside.
2 receivers to each side. Fegan with Dick to his right. Takes the snap, hands it off to Dick, who goes up the middle as a great block. Now bounces it to the outside. Is trying to drag a man from behind as Tyson Wagner was just clinging on to the foot of Brian Dick for dear life. And he finally trips him up at the 13-yard line. And that will make it a 2nd down and 1. Martinsburg goes quickly here as Dick lost his shoe, so in comes the freshman Kevin Myers at running back, gets the play from Fegan, and now goes to his left side. 2 receivers to each side. Fegan takes the snap, runs to his left, splits through a few defenders, and fights his way towards the end zone. And now we're going to get a flag thrown against Peyton Kaufman, who finished his block out of bounds. He sent Kinson Watchmanson into the track, so instead of it being a 1st and goal at the 1, things are going to get backed up here.
That's a shame. That was great blocking across the board, including from the freshman Kevin Myers as he came in. That lead blocker.
There is 3:01 left here in the first quarter. We're tied at 7 between Martinsburg and Parkersburg South. Our first quarter is brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call them today at 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com, as well as Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online, they'll deliver to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit their website, fordofhagerstown.com.
So the play counts, but then a 15-yard penalty after it's going to back up.
Yep, so new downs. It's 1st and 10 at the 17 for Martinsburg as Fegan pump fakes, now looks deep, floats a pass towards the end zone, but overthrows Braden Miller as it hits the turf and stops the clock with 2:56 left in the first.
Well, Fegan did the right thing there, where if you're not going to be able to get it to your receiver, you got to put the ball somewhere where nobody's going to get it. That's the key to pass placement. You know, either it's got to be a pass that only your receiver can get to. Even if he can't get there, the defensive back can't.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Fegan takes the snap, keeps it himself, cuts to the left, now bounces it outside, tries to go down the near sideline, and is pushed out of bounds at the line. So it's enough for a Martinsburg first down, make it 1st and goal at the 5.
Another 12-yard gain, just like the last run for Coy Fegan. This time the yardage gets the stick.
Fegan in the gun. We'll have Brian Dick lined up to his left, 3 receivers to his right. Bunny, the lone receiver, to his left as well. Fegan takes the snap, runs to his left, cuts back in, and goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Martinsburg. 2:46 left in the first. It's now 13-6. Martinsburg on top of Parkersburg South.
Said it plenty of times this year. That is Martinsburg's go-to play, and Park South has shown really no ability to stop it anywhere near the line of scrimmage. It was 2 straight times that Coy got 12 yards on it and then runs it in for the 5-yard score.
Cody Page on to attempt the extra point. Snaps back. It's bobbled by Fegan, but he quickly is able to get the hold down, and Page's kick is up and good to make it 14-13. to 7. We'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
How was golf today, hon?
It was really good. The clubhouse had some really good deals.
Hey, Dad, you know what's even a greater deal? Panhandle dumpsters.
They do have some really good deals.
Great deals. They're clean and yellow and locally owned. If you use this promo code, you get $32 off your first month.
How'd you do that?
That's the magic of Panhandle. Try it. Wowzers!
Wowzers!
Catch the great new deal at Panhandle Dumpsters. Use the promo code to get $32 off your first month.
The Bulldogs. It's Parkersburg South. It looks like we'll send 2 returners back, standing at the 10-yard line. It's Collins. Sends a end-over-end kick that will bounce at the 2-yard line this time before rolling into the end zone for another touchback, which gives us time for a scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool from Floor Pools, which has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown, including a brand new pop-up location inside the Valley Mall.
A 13-play drive from Martinsburg. They go 70 yards and get into the end zone on Coy Fagan's 5-yard touchdown run. He had 5 carries on that drive for 34 yards.
1st and 10 for Parkersburg South at the 20-yard line after the touchback. Patriots offense will break the huddle and send 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right of Colin Hayes, who's in shotgun formation, lined up to his right side. Now motioning over to his left is Bartley. They hand the ball off to Bartley, does Hayes, and he tries to pick up a few yards going up the middle, but the defensive line, with the help of a few linebackers, closes all the gaps and pushes him back. And it looks like he might be a little shaken up after that play as Bartley stays down. Has no gain on the play. Will make it 2nd and 10, and we're going to step aside and take a 30-second break for the injury. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
What's up with the star running backs getting hurt today?
I don't know. It's not fun. Had that happen last week. Busky.
Yeah.
15, 14, 13, 12. He's back up quickly, though, so should be all right. 5, 3. We are back here live after the injury. Looks like, from our perspective, that Eli Bartley is okay. He jumped up quickly and was able to slightly jog off to the far side under his own power. So we'll see if he's able to return to the game, and if so, how soon. But 2nd and 10 now as Hayes tries to go with a hard count, doesn't get anybody to jump. There's 2 receivers to the left side of the formation, 1 to the right. H-back is an extra blocker on the right side of the line as well for Hayes. Gets the snap, drops back, looking to pass, steps up, chucks it deep on the far side as a jump ball, and nearly picked off on that far sideline by Martinsburg. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. Great job there by Wally and company, locking down on that receiver.
Yeah, Hayes tried to get just a deep shot there, couldn't quite get it.
So here's the 3rd and 10. Hayes has Riggs at running back to his right, 3 receivers to the near side. 3rd and 10 at the 20. 2:04 left here on the first quarter clock. Hayes takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass, steps up in the pocket, throws a pass in the middle of the field in double coverage, and
wow.
Devin Forshee still comes down with it. Through the arms of Dillard and Miller, Forshee's able to snag that one and go down at the 33 for a Park South first down. They're going up-tempo.
An incredible catch.
Hayes takes the snap, keeps it himself, bounces it to the outside as he saw Kovacs coming towards him. And he gets past Kovacs, tries to go and try to get a few yards, but can't do so. He only gets back to the line of scrimmage to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yes, that's a couple carries for Hayes so far. He got 4 yards on the first one, but past that, he hasn't been able to do much.
2nd and 10. 3 receivers near side now. Bartley is back in the game at running back for Parkersburg South. Hayes has him lined up to the right. They now shift over. Bartley takes the snap, runs to the far side, tries to go down the sideline across the 35, and wrapped up by the legs at the 37-yard line. Under a minute left now in the first quarter. It's still Martinsburg 14, Parkersburg South 7. It's Peyton Kaufman in on the tackle. That'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
You got to get creative to run the ball against Martinsburg. You got to give them different looks. You got to do different things up front, blocking, whether it's power or zone. Gap scheme, zone scheme type stuff. And most teams focus on one or the other, and there's different ways to go about each one.
So Forshee, Kelly, Jackson, the receivers to the near side. Hayes takes the snap, rolls to the near side as a man, but throws it right to Ty Ricketts once again on the near side. Ricketts at the 30, at the 25, sheds off a tackle, gets to the 20, and is thrown down well after the play out of bounds. And now flags will throw as there's some chirping afterwards. But another interception here in the first quarter for Ty Ricketts.
I think it had to just be that Hayes didn't see him. He's working across the field, rolling out that way, probably watching his receiver on his left side of his peripheral vision, not really picking up Ricketts on the right side of his vision. And then you get that late hit afterwards, which is just going to put Martinsburg at 1st and goal probably.
So Martinsburg will have a first down with 13 seconds left here in the first. They lead at 14-7 as they assess the penalty now from the 20-yard line is where they say Ricketts went out of bounds. It's the ball now spotted on the personal foul penalty at the 10-yard line, so it's a 1st and goal for Martinsburg. Wide receivers tight together, one stacked behind the other as he goes 2 with each side, does Fegan, and Dick lined up to his left. They go jet sweep to Boston Todd on the near side, who tries to go in between the blocks and will be thrown down by Logan Middleton onto a pile and then into the turf. But Todd able to get to the 5-yard line, so a 5-yard jet sweep will make it 2nd and goal at the 5.
With the way that Park South's been defending the outside run so far, I'm not surprised that got another good gain out of it. I think Martinsburg can attack the edges of the Park South defense running the ball.
Everybody was ready for another play, but the first quarter's come to an end. So we'll step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back in 1 minute.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you back here at Coburn Field, David M. Walker Stadium for quarter number 2. It is 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for Martinsburg, who leads Parkersburg South already 14-7 so far. It's like 3 receivers to the near side. Now a 4th in motion as Fegan takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking into the end zone as a man right in front of him throws it to him, and it's caught for a Martinsburg touchdown. Deshaun Dirting with the touchdown catch with 11:56 left in second. It's now Martinsburg 20 and Parkersburg South 7.
Coy Fagan rolls out, trying to get the Park South defense to kind of be on the move while Dirting sits down in the zone and wait for him to come open, and he found him.
PAT kick is up by Collins and good, making it 21-7. Martinsburg now leads Park South. Step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We're back here. Martinsburg now up by 2 touchdowns as Cody Page will get set to kick off. Back to return is Brendan Kelly for Parkersburg South, as well as Eli Bartley. However, it's going to be a short end-over-end kick on the far side that is fair caught by Riggs. And no time goes off the clock, as they say fair caught it at the 36-yard line. So Patriots will have a 1st and 10 from there. Let's get our scoring drive summary, brought to you by Floor Pools.
Well, 2 plays, 10 yards. Gets Martinsburg into the end zone. 5-yard touchdown pass from Coy Fagan to Jayshon Dirting.
Make every day better at Floor Pools with either a hot tub or swimming pool from them. That's FLOHR, Floor Pools.
Ty Ricketts set up that touchdown with another interception for him, his 2nd of the day.
Hayes, read option, keeps it instead of handing it off to Eli Bartley. And runs to the right side at the numbers and will be across the 35 and down at the 36-yard line. So no yards gained on that run. That'll make it a 2nd down and 10. There is a flag on the near side.
Yeah, they're talking it out right now.
Wasn't looking over here to see what it could potentially be. You got Wally, a corner from Martinsburg, kind of standing over here, as well as Caden Marshall of Parkersburg South, standing just to the left of the flag. And it's going to be waved off. So, 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line. Excuse me, 2nd and 9 at the 37. They say there was actually a yard gained on that play.
That's what I had on my stat sheet. But
good job, Dylan.
I doubted myself.
Never doubt yourself. Always believe in yourself. And maybe believing in himself too much was Xavier Pollard. Tried to jump the snap and got drawn offside. That's a 5-yard penalty. And the ball now at 42-yard line for a 2nd down and 4. Hayes takes the snap, now pitches it on the option to the right for Bartley, and Bartley's going to lose yards as he's forced out of bounds. Behind the 40-yard line, I believe around that 39-yard line is where they say he was forced out. So,
speed option is tough to run against a team with a really athletic defense because you're basically just going parallel across the field. You're not getting upfield too much while running the play itself.
It's a 3rd down and 7 now. 11 minutes left and 5 seconds as well here in the 2nd quarter. It's Martinsburg 21, Parkersburg South 7. Parkersburg South. Hayes at quarterback. Bartley running back to his left. 3 receivers near side. Looks like they're trying to go screen past the near side, but putting his hands up and getting a piece of it is Peyton Kaufman. And that pass is incomplete as a result to bring up a 4th down, and Park South's going to punt.
I think if Kaufman went full force at Hayes, he might have been able to get the sack, but he held up as he saw Hayes about to throw the quick pass after a quick drop, and he was able to knock it down.
To me, it almost looked like there might have been something there to make that quick pass a little bit more delayed as well, other than Kaufman's hands up. Couldn't tell, but it looked awkward.
I think the receiver
at the start
just didn't
for Hayes.
get open as well.
It's the punt is away. It's caught at the 33-yard line by Miller on the far side. He's trying to reverse fields. Braden Miller on the near side now at the 40, across the 50. Miller has space at the 40, at the 30. Continuing to bounce outside. 20, 10, 5. Breaks through a tackle and into the end zone. Touchdown Martinsburg, but hold on. There is, unfortunately, a flag back at Martinsburg's 35-yard line. So I don't think this one is going to count.
Yeah, and it was away from the play. Even I'm not even sure if it was really necessary. I think even without this hold or blocking the back, whichever it is, that I think Miller might have still gotten into the end zone.
And it's a holding penalty that's going to wipe away the punt return for a touchdown. So it remains Martinsburg 21, Parkersburg South 7, with 10:43 left in quarter number 2. The Bulldogs will have the ball, waiting to see where they spot the ball.
It was a great return by Braden Miller, though. They gave him the space there, kind of outkicked their coverage on the punt. Gave him way too much room to operate with. I'll be honest, as soon as he caught it, I kind of thought that's how that was going to end up. But unfortunately, the hold brings it back.
Ball spotted at the 25-yard line for Martinsburg. Coy Fegan at quarterback. Brian Dick at running back. To his right. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side of the formation. Fegan. That's the snap. Steps back, but now takes off and has space on the far side, and there will go Coy Fegan into the end zone, escaping away for another Martinsburg Bulldog touchdown. 10.5 minutes left in the second quarter. It's now Martinsburg 27, Park South 7.
He is incredible. That acceleration and getting to that top speed is just special.
Looked like it was potentially an RPO because he did take a step back, unless it was just to fool the defense and get a hole, which he found very easily.
It's a QB draw. I know sometimes you'll see a QB draw with an option for maybe a bubble screen to throw, depending on what the defense gives you. But either way, Coy takes it to the house.
It's a 75-yard touchdown run, and Page's extra point kick up and good as well to make it 28-7. We'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
We're back here live at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium with Paul McLaughlin. Alongside me on the call, Dylan Bishop, on-site producer John Alderton, cameraman Marcus Jordan, as well as Matt Miller. Back in the studio is Nick Verzolini. It is now Martinsburg 28, Parkersburg South 7 after a 75-yard touchdown run on the first play of the drive by none other than Coy Fegan, as Collins sends a kickoff that will bounce at the 5 and on the far side roll out of bounds for an illegal kick. So Park South will get very good field position here to begin this drive. The scoring drive summary brought to you by Flora Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. From Flora Pools, they have locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown, including a brand new pop-up location in the Valley Mall. So 1st and 10 for Park South. Ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line because of that penalty. So we'll see if the Patriots offense can wake up, as they're now down 3 touchdowns in the second quarter.
They've gotten some movement on offense, whether it's Forshee on the outside. Bartley's broken one big run.
Here goes Bartley. Bounces off a tackle and tries to slip across to the near side, but he's going to be tackled by Xavier Pollard and will gain only a yard on the carry to make it 2nd down and 9.
That being said, that one big run, you take that out, Bartley's carries have gone for 2, 2, 1, 1, 0, 3, -2, and 1 right there.
So Colin Hayes gets the play call in. He's got Bartley lined up to his right. Sends a wide receiver from right to left, so 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side now. Hayes takes the snap. There's a screen pass on the far side that is caught, but immediately blown up. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 12.
I think it's Ricketts again.
Yeah, Ricketts is just having a great game so far.
He is.
Michael Dillard might have actually been there as well, potentially.
Yeah, that is really impressive game that he's having.
Hayes now looks to the near side and throws it right to Mason Wally. Wally off to the races at the 30 and stumbles as he was trying to get past Brendan Kelly and will fall down at the 28-yard line. Third interception of the half for Martinsburg's defense. That one was right to him.
Yeah, the first interception was a case of Ty Ricketts doing a great job of reading a screen pass and jumping it. The second one was a case of Colin Hayes not seeing Ty Ricketts out in the zone. That one, I think he just airmailed it over the head of his receiver, and there was Mason Wally right there.
1st and 10 at the 28. Fegan takes the snap, dropping back, looking to pass. Throws it across the middle. Jumping up for it was Boston Todd, but it was just out of his reach. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think Coy got hung up looking to the left side of that play. Boston Todd was wide open pretty much the entire time there.
Yeah, they were trying to go for a dagger straight into the end zone. The Kyrie Bunny and tried to settle to Todd, but overthrew it.
Yeah, pressure got into his face a little bit, made him throw off his back foot, and it was just a little off target.
9:08 left here in the second quarter. Martinsburg 28, Parkersburg South 7. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fegan takes the snap, hands it off to Brian Dick, who slips off a tackle, now tries to cut it to the outside. Goes through another man and will be brought down by Derek Sandy just across the 20-yard line to the, it appears they say forward progress, got him the 17.5, maybe 16-yard line, which is enough for a Martinsburg 1st down.
I think they're giving them the 16, it seems like.
1st and 10 at the 16 after the 12-yard run. Same formation. Fegan sets. Takes the snap from Marshall. Throw a pass well over the head of Kyrie Bunny on the near side.
We had the safety converging on it, so I think the best course of action there for Coy was to throw it high. It's just that he put a little too much on it, sent it a little too far. His arm might have gotten a little too wide on the throw and made him throw it too high.
So you got Dirting and Miller, the receivers on the near side, Bunny and Todd on the far side. They'll go with a jet sweep to Boston Todd from left to right, and Todd tries to tiptoe down the near sideline while being hung on by the legs of Derek Sandy to bring down Todd. As that'll bring up a 3rd down. Ball now at the 14-yard line, so 3rd and 8 after the 2-yard sweep.
That's a nice adjustment by Park South, that time defending the jet sweep. Only gave up 2 yards as opposed to the 5 that Todd got the first time around.
So now they flip sides of the field for the receivers. Flip Brian Dick to the left side of Coy Fegan. Coy gets the snap, drops back the pass, and it's an all-out blitz. Coy, however, bounces off the tackler and will go into the end zone for a Martinsburg touchdown. It looked like he was about to just get pummeled by Logan Middleton, but just stumbled off of him, and then nobody was in front of him because they all broke through. It's another touchdown with 7:44 left in the second quarter. It's now Martinsburg 34, Park South 7.
What are you supposed to do on defense? It's got to be frustrating to play against him. Oh man, he's the best player in the state. It's incredible.
Extra point kick up and good to make it 35-7. I'm going to keep it here because I still am just dumbfounded how Logan Middleton did not just put a shot on Coy Fagan. Middleton is looking here 5'10", 260 pounds. And he was going full force, untouched, right at Coy Fagan. And made contact.
And Coy just bounced off of him. Yeah, I don't know. It's strength. It's
they
balance.
sent an all-out blitz.
Yeah, and it should have worked. They had him wrapped up until they didn't. I mean,
just give Coy the Kennedy already.
I don't know, man. It's
if that
incredible.
Didn't seal the deal, I don't know what will. So, Sam Collins on to kick off. Back to return, Kelly and Bartley. Collins will send the kick. Kelly, who catches it at the 2-yard line, and it's going to return it through the middle of the field to the 20 and brought down at the 21-yard line. Let's get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool from Floor Pools.
5 plays for 28 yards. Coy Fagan runs in his third touchdown on the ground on his third straight carry, by the way. His last 3 runs have been for touchdowns. And makes it 35-7.
Coy Fagan, ladies and gentlemen. Injured Parkersburg South player after the kickoff return. So we're going to take a break, make it 30 seconds back in the studio, and we'll be back after that here on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. We welcome you back here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. It is yet again, unfortunately for Parkersburg South, down on the field injured for a second time, the senior running back, Eli Bartley. And he's still currently on the ground with the athletic trainers for the Patriots around him and starting to help him up. But a second time seeing that happen is not a good sign, as he's going to be carried off the field by his teammates, and that's tough for a senior here who's most likely playing his final game, with the score right now already being 35-7 with 7:38 left in the second quarter. Having to go out this way is something you never want to see.
Yeah, that's really a shame. He's had a fantastic season, as we mentioned before. Over 1,400 rushing yards on the year. Over 1,600 yards from scrimmage. 21 rushing touchdowns. He's been fantastic for them. It's been a tough day for him today. He broke a 24-yarder. But as I mentioned earlier, his other 8 carries have gone for a total of 8 yards. Just Martinsburg defense has been very good on that end of things. But hopefully it's like, we saw A.J. Thomas from Morgantown go down in the first half against Spring Mills, their star running back. He was at least able to stay in his pads, walk around, go out at the start of the second half for the captain, be the captain, speaking captain. Hopefully he's okay.
I go 4 wide. It's a snap back to Hayes, who's going to go with a quarterback draw and can't get anywhere. Defensive line breaks through once again. I believe it was Jordan Kovacs getting Hayes down. It's a loss of 3 on the play to bring up second down and 13.
And that injury really does affect the Park South offense, because Bartley draws a lot of attention. You see, any sort of star running back is going to get the eyes of the linebackers, especially for a defense.
Two receivers near side, one to the far side for Hayes. He's already thrown 3 picks so far tonight. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's going to have to take off again as the pocket collapsed while you're scrambling out to the right. He gets dragged in by Peyton Kaufman, and then Dillard and Kovacs help finish it out as well. He's able, however, to gain a yard to make it 3rd down and 12 with 6:35 in a rolling clock here, ticking down in this second quarter. It's Martinsburg 35, Parkersburg South 7. The 3rd and 12 from the 19-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side for Hayes, who tries to go with a hard count. Doesn't get anybody to jump off sides. Running back, it's Riggs lined up to his left. Hayes in the gun, takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass, steps up, fires it deep for Forshee, and he's going to throw another pick, his 4th of the half. And this time, it's Kyrie Bunny getting the pick. As Bunny goes down at the 43-yard line, the Bulldogs get the ball back with 6:12 here in this second quarter.
Well, all 3 of his previous picks from Colin Hayes had been kind of a different circumstance to each one, and here's a 4th different one as well, where this one's sort of Hayes trying to fit a ball into a window that's just not open. The receiver there was no room to get that in.
Fagan hands it off to Dick. Dick runs to the near side, tries to cut downfield, but will be pushed back and stopped right at the line of scrimmage to make it 2nd and 10. Hayes has now thrown 16 interceptions this year. He came in with 12, has thrown 4 so far today. He is the main quarterback, obviously, but playing in 9 games so far, right behind him, I believe we saw him against Spring Mills as well, is Kinson Lutchman Singh. 2nd and 10 at the 43. Coy Fagan, lone in the backfield, gets the snap, looks to the near side, quick screen pass that's caught by Boston Todd, and Todd cuts in and will be wrapped up, spun around, and brought down at the 35-yard line, so a gain of 8 will make it a 3rd down and 2. And it looks like we have another injury after the play for Parkersburg South, which will stop the clock with 5:18 left here in the second quarter. We'll keep things here and get our second quarter sponsors in, as our second quarter brought to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremation, Dropper Fields & Sons, family-owned full-service funeral home, proudly serving the area since 1880, as well as Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons. Winner of this one heads to next week's state semifinal matchup, and awaiting them is the Huntington Highlanders as they defeated Wheeling Park earlier today on Wheeling Island. So will we see another rematch of a big cross-state rivalry it's kind of become now between Martinsburg or Huntington, or will Parkersburg South somehow, some way surprisingly come back, as they already are down 35-7 right now?
You would need a miracle at this point.
In week 2, we saw the matchup Martinsburg-Huntington, and it was here. Final score 47-15.
And Martinsburg's had the edge in the last 2 matchups. Of course, the one before was Huntington winning the semifinal.
3rd and 2. 35. Fagan just chucking it deep on the near side and overthrows Kyrie Bunny on the play-action pass. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 2 from the 35 now. It's not as windy as it was earlier. So, wind's not a factor in that pass. It was just simply overthrown. Offense stays out there. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side. Some motion up front, and they get somebody, and I believe that guilty party being Tyson Wagner of Parkersburg South, to jump offside and give Martinsburg a 1st down.
I think that's only Park South's 2nd penalty. They've done a pretty good job in that department, but that's the worst time to have one.
It's 5 minutes exactly left on the second quarter clock. 1st and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line for Martinsburg. Coy Fegan, Brian Dick to his left, 3 receivers to his left as well, 1 to the right. Fegan takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass, rolls to his right, still looking downfield, saw a man but decides to keep it himself. Fegan down the numbers on the near side, will pick up the first down on an 11-yard run, brought down at the 19-yard line.
He kept his eyes downfield for a long time, looking for somebody to come open. Only decided at the last minute to run that one, but had plenty of room as the Park South zone was kind of backing up, looking for that deep play. He took advantage.
Bunny, the receiver to the near side. You got Miller, Todd, Dirting on the far side. Fegan takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass again, steps up, chucks it to the end zone as a man wide open who dives for it. It's Kyrie Bunny, but it goes in and out of his hands at the last second and falls incomplete.
Yeah, Fegan just overthrew the last target to Bunny, and this one he just underthrows a little bit. As Bunny's coming across deep through the middle of the field and in the end zone. He just couldn't quite get it there. I think he probably overcompensated a little bit from the last one.
3rd down and 10 at the 19-yard line. 4:13 left here on the second quarter. Fegan takes the snap. Screen pass on the near side, caught by Kyrie Bunny. Bunny patiently tries to weave through. Stiff on a man around the 6-yard line, fight forward and get to the 5-yard line. It's enough for another Martinsburg first down and make it 1st and goal.
I don't think Park South was expecting a screen on 3rd and long like that. But the zone defense there, so it was a good call by Coach Sherman.
1st and goal from the 5, Martinsburg. Huddles up, brings some heavy-set guys out. You had Pollard as an extra lineman and potentially as an H-back or a fullback, Ace Flores lined up in the backfield as well. As Fegan goes under center, Flores and Dick behind him. Fegan hands it off to Dick, who runs to the left, tries to follow his blocks, continues to fight and keep those legs moving before going into the end zone for a Martinsburg touchdown. 3:34 left in the second quarter. It's now Martinsburg 41, Parkersburg South 7.
And Flores had a nice block to lead the way, or at least one of the guys leading the way.
Yep, kept his man wide so that Dick side to have just a one-on-one situation, which he won. So, on to attempt the point after kick is Collins. It's good to make it 42-7 now. Martinsburg extends that lead once again as we step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
We welcome you back here as it is a 42-7 lead for Martinsburg with 3:34 left still in the second quarter. Martinsburg offense scored 77 points last week. They're pouring it on Parkersburg South here so far tonight in this state quarterfinal matchup. Collins on to kick off. Sends a line drive that will be caught at the 10-yard line by Kelly. Kelly follows Forshee, runs to the right side, goes across the 25 before on the far side of the field being tripped up and brought down at around the 27-yard line. So let's now get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with either a hot tub or swimming pool from Floor Pools.
6 plays, 44 yards. Gets Martinsburg into the end zone. It's a 5-yard touchdown run by Brian Dick, his first of the day.
Appears they gave the return to the 28-yard line, so a 1st and 10 from there for Parkersburg South. Sending a man wide, but it's a snap to Hayes Out of the backfield was Forsey going to the near side, trying to drag a few defenders out with him so that Hayes could run to the opposite side, but he only gets back to the line of scrimmage to make it 2nd and 10.
I don't really know how Park South gets it going on offense at this point. If Bartley's out for the game, you're going to have to run the ball, it seems like. I mean, Colin Hayes, I think they just need to maybe get him some easy passes somehow, some bubble screens, quick hitches, slants, try to get him back in a rhythm, get his confidence back.
It's a snap back to Forsey, who hands it off to wide receiver in motion. Again, trying to go with some trickery, but Martinsburg blows the play up as it was Cole Middleton tackled for a loss. And that'll make it a 3rd and long as Peyton Kaufman with the TFL for a loss of about 3 or 4 yards on that play. Ball now at the 25-yard line, so 3rd and 13. 2:20 left, clock rolling down here in this second quarter. It's Martinsburg 42, Parkersburg South 7.
Let's see if Martinsburg plays back, looking for another pick, or if they bring some pressure here.
Appears they might be sending pressure, but they do drop back in coverage as Hayes chucking it deep. And nearly intercepted once again as that was thrown into double coverage on the far side, and that'll bring a quick 3 and out. It's that pass intended for Devin Forsey.
That was a 50-50 ball. It was great coverage by Martinsburg at that time. So 2 minutes. Martinsburg's going to get another chance to score again.
Which you got to keep in mind if they do. It becomes then a 42-point lead, which would mean a rolling clock in the 3rd quarter.
Yep, see if they punt this one at Miller again.
They do. Miller.
It's risky.
Catches it at the 37-yard line. Tries to go to the middle of the field. Now goes back to the far side. And he continues to just dance around and will be wrapped up by a swarm of Parkersburg South Patriots as he couldn't get anything much to do there. Only a return of about 2 yards, even though he probably ran for
about 20.
10 times that maybe. Yeah. So 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line for Martinsburg. 1:47 left here in the second quarter. It's Martinsburg 42, Parkersburg South 7. Both teams still with 3 timeouts according to the scoreboard.
Yeah, I will say that was a lot better punt coverage by Park South that time. They actually got down the field a lot quicker.
2 receivers to each side, stacked in sight, one behind the other for Coy Fegan, who's in the gun. Send Todd on the orbit, pitching it to Boston Todd on the near side as Todd escapes on the far side now at the 50. Boston Todd at the 40, turns on the Jets at the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Martinsburg. A 61-yard orbit toss makes it 48-7. Bulldogs continuing it, piling it on here in this first half.
That's just pure speed.
Absolutely.
Just at Boston's Todd said we're having a track meet on this drive, and I'm
yeah, you could see around that 30-yard line. He's like, is my block going to get there, or do I need to hit a second gear? He hit the second gear.
As soon as he was able to hit that corner without cutting back, it's off to the races.
Extra point pending. Snaps back. The kick by Collins is up and good, making it 49-7. Martinsburg now leads it by 42 here in the first half. We step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
Welcome back to Gold Nation Buffet. I'm Ryan, and I'm so excited to show you guys the Hibachi Station. It's phenomenal. Check this out. What's incredible about the Hibachi Station, you can use this screen system, choose everything from your meats to your sides to pho, ramen, and so much more right here. And they'll build it for you right on down here at the station. And boom, there you go. All those requested ingredients fresh on the plate and ready to go. Come on down here, Golden Nation Buffet, for their incredible Hibachi Station. We'll see you soon.
We welcome you back here scoring drive summary. Guess we can do it now during the kick. Brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool from Floor Pools. It was only another one-play drive for 61 yards on that little wide receiver orbit toss from Fagan to Boston Todd. So that makes it 49-7. Martinsburg leads Parkersburg South with 1:35 left in the second quarter. Sam Collins on to kick off. Devin Forshee and Brendan Kelly back to return. And whistles blow as flags thrown during the kick. And it looks like it's going to be a false start penalty on the kickoff against Martinsburg. Haven't seen that a whole lot. That's a 5-yard penalty. So kickoff will now be from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I really don't see much of that.
So they flip the script back around now as they continue to kind of put the trickery on here potentially for the kick. As Collins lines it up at the near side hash mark, and they put the crew on the opposite sides as they were. It's a low line drive. It's going to be caught by Kelly at the 8-yard line, and Brendan Kelly goes to the far side, has a few blocks. As he continues to cut outside, he's going to be tackled at the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense will come back out with 1:27 left here in the second quarter.
Apparently there was some debate downstairs about whether that toss to Boston Todd was actually a forward pass or not. I'm going to go back and look. I heard it from Rick Kozlowski up here. I know the spirit of the play is for it to be backwards, but I'll take a look back anyway, and Nick back at the studio can give us some confirmation. But
while you look at that, it's a 1st and 10 for Parkersburg South, and it's 25-yard line, 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Hayes hands it off to his fullback, who gives it to Forshee, and Forshee throws a pass, and it was underthrown because he was hit as he threw, intended for Kelly. So that pass falls incomplete, but they're just pulling out every trick play I think they have in the playbook here on this second quarter.
I mean, you might as well at this point just see what works. Empty out the playbook. Might be the last game of the year.
3 receivers to the near side now. Cole Middleton, tight end on the left side of the line, is Hayes. It's the snap. We'll just run it to the near side and go right into Ace Flores, who brings him down. And as Hayes runs for 3 yards, that'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Minute left now. Clock rolling. Both sides not using any of their timeouts. Pretty content probably with going into the half would be my guess. It's Martinsburg 49, Parkersburg South 7. Park South breaks the huddle. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. They go with the toss to Kelly, and Kelly will go nowhere. It's a loss on the play of 3 yards, and that'll bring up a 4th and 10. 30 seconds left on the game clock. And it looks like Martinsburg's not going to use the timeout. Neither will Parkersburg South. So both teams will slowly make their way towards their locker rooms. And we'll have halftime. So let's step aside and take a 2-minute break. Again, the score, Martinsburg 49, Parkersburg South 7. This is West Virginia High School Football and Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory. I'm going to watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today. Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory. I'm going to watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you back here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium for our halftime show, which is brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Visit them online at wvjusticelawyers.com. At the half, it's number 1 Martinsburg leading number 8 Parkersburg South 49-7. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Our on-site producers, John Alderton, Matt Miller, and Marcus Jordan, our cameramen. And back at the studio is Nick Verzolini, who you'll hear from just a few minutes with some other scores from playoff games around the state tonight, and some college football, and maybe some college basketball too. Who knows? It's Nick's show. He gets to do what he wants. Martinsburg gets to do what it wants, it seems like, so far tonight as well. Another very dominant first half. They're already up 42, which means we will have a rolling clock in the second half, and we're just a few officially minutes away from getting a Week 2 rematch, a state semifinal rematch from last year, the year before that, and a state championship rematch from a few years before that. If you're not sure which team I'm talking about, it's the Huntington Highlanders. Going to be here next week against the Martinsburg Bulldogs. It's become a rivalry, so it should be a lot of fun, but we're having some fun here as well. Coy Fagan for Kennedy, I think, is where we begin because, 1, he's the best player in the state, which means he deserves the award, and 2, because he's just dominated this game so far. So let's get our first half stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them online. They'll deliver the vehicle to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. They'll even go as far as bringing the service to you for your vehicle. Visit them online again. It is fordofhagerstown.com.
I will start on the Martinsburg side. And Coy Fagan's passing stats, nothing to really write home about. 8 for 12, 66 yards, and a passing touchdown. On the ground, Coy Fagan, 8 carries, 134 rushing yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns, including those 3 touchdowns being on 3 straight carries. 5 yards, 75 yards, and 14 yards on the most impressive play of the 3 being the 14-yarder.
Said 8 carries, 134 yards, correct?
Yep.
So an average of 16 3/4 yards per carry.
Yep.
There you go.
pretty amazing.
Back to first half stats.
Brian Dick has added in 5 carries for 30 yards and a touchdown. Boston Todd, 3 carries for 68 yards and a touchdown, 61 of them on the touchdown.
Okay, that was my question because, as you mentioned during the half argument downstairs, was that a forward pass or not? It was obviously intended to be a backwards toss, but the way things kind of went, we weren't sure, so going with it being a toss.
Tried to look back at it
instead of a pass.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell. So it's going down as a rush in my book. So if it were a pass, that would change Coy Fagan's passing stats significantly, but it's going to go down in my book as a backwards toss. Jay Sean Dirting has the most catches on the day, 3 for 25 yards and a touchdown. On the Park South side, dominant defensive performance from Martinsburg. Colin Hayes is 6 of 16 for 71 yards. Had a passing touchdown, but 4 interceptions by the Bulldogs defense. Eli Bartley, before his injury, had 9 carries for 32 yards. Colin Hayes at quarterbacks added in 6 carries for a total of 3 yards. Devin Forshee, 5 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. 4 of those catches for 60 yards and that touchdown on one drive. The second drive for Park South after throwing the pick 6 to open things up.
So there you go. That's our first half stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford. So we'll step aside, take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini with some other scores. Our score at the half, Martinsburg 49, Parkersburg South 7. You're tuned into West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the expansion of our ENT services in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley has added 2 new physician's assistants to their team. Both Connor Hall and Samantha Barbado are now accepting new patients, allowing WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley to provide faster appointment times. For more information, call 304-262-9400. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Welcome in here to the halftime scoreboard show. I'm Nick Verzolini here at the half. We have some final scores from earlier today, as well as quite a bit of games still going on around the state of West Virginia. A lot of games being played, though, tomorrow. Not a whole lot of action going on overall here in the postseason as we're running out of teams remaining here. But Spring Mills did get the win earlier today over Morgantown, 14-7. The Cardinals are headed to the semifinals for the first time in program history. They will play host to the winner of tomorrow's Jefferson Hurricane game between those two teams. Of course, it'd be cool to see 3 Panhandle teams all in the Final Four, but we will have to wait and see. Huntington will, as the guys have mentioned, travel most likely to Martinsburg unless some sort of historic comeback happens in the second half as the Bulldogs lead it here at halftime, 49-7. But Huntington got a win in an exciting game against Wheeling Park, 51-39. This one, though, was very back and forth for the majority of it until Huntington pulled away late. Spring Valley and AAA, those games going on tonight as well. The Timberwolves trail Fairmont Senior 15-0 in the third quarter of that contest. Herbert Hoover leads Oak Hill 42-7 at halftime. No other games going on in AAA tonight as all those other games will be played on. I'm sorry, there is one other. Or no, I'm sorry, that's down at AA, I believe. Wamaha leads Sherman 35-0 and Cameron leads Doddridge County 14-7. Actually, I believe that's single A. Over at AA, It looks like we have Bluefield, Frankfort tomorrow. We have Roane County leading Scott 13-0. And Williamstown beat Wheeling Central already 29-21. Philip Barber will play Independence tomorrow. As Colin mentioned, we did have college basketball tonight in the Mountain State. Well, it wasn't being played in the Mountain State. It featured, though, the West Virginia Mountaineers. They were in the Bahamas, and they get a win over Arizona in overtime, 83-76. So even though Arizona's now 3-4, so they might have been a little bit overrated, WVU does get 2 top 25 wins while down in the Bahamas, so should possibly see the Mountaineers ranked despite a tough loss earlier in the season to Pittsburgh. So WVU looking a little bit better on the hardwood. There was some other college basketball tonight as well. I guess we can go over those here real quick since there were some interesting games. Kentucky beats is leading Georgia State in the second half, 61-53. Duke gets a win or is going to get a win most likely in Seattle University. They're up 46-25. Purdue beat Ole Miss 80-78. Indiana beat Providence 89-73. Florida defeats Wichita State tonight 88-51. Gonzaga will be in action later tonight against Davidson, and Butler will take on Mississippi State. That will do it here for your halftime scoreboard update. Again, your score here at the half, it is 49-7. Martinsburg leading Parkersburg South. We will take another break, and then on the other side of that break, we'll continue here on the Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Hello and welcome to the Alumni Association Minute. We are the Coopers and we represent the Martinsburg High School Alumni Association. You have the opportunity now to help us because it is that time of the year, and we want to remind you that your dues and gifts and any help that you can to help the youth and the alumni here, please give us all opportunity to help them.
We were fortunate last year on Senior Day to hand out 15 $1,000 scholarships to the seniors from the alumni. And with your help, we can do that again this year. But it all depends on you. You can give 2 different ways. The $10 dues or more can be mailed to Martinsburg High School Alumni Association, Post Office Box 3007, Martinsburg, West Virginia 25402. You can go online to our secure website at mhsbulldogalumni.com. That's mhsbulldogalumni.com. Either way would be fine as long as we get your help. There's over 15,000 of you still around because anybody that graduated from Martinsburg High School is considered an alumni. and we would really appreciate you sending your dues in.
So thank you so much for your help. And remember, we have a lot of good organizations here at Martinsburg High School, whether it's scholastic, after school, sports, good times. We ask you to help us become one of the better alumni associations for Martinsburg High School. Again, we thank TV 10 for their opportunity to help us and support us. We ask you now to continue to guide. God bless, and go Bulldogs.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
So what?
So what? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work at it every day, but I want to do that because I want you. I want you and me forever, every day. What do you want? What do you want? Come on, what do you want?
What do you want?
I want Panhandle dumpsters for the first month free.
Use the promo code to get the first month free.
We welcome you back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Still a few minutes left on the halftime clock. Score Martinsburg 49, Parkersburg South 7. So we'll continue with our Mansion Ferretti Law Firm halftime show. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me on the call, Dylan Bishop. Our on-site producers, John Alderton, Matt Miller, and Marcus Jordan, our cameramen, and Nick Verzolini's back in the studio, who you just heard from with some scores from around the state. This is our second broadcast of the day, so if you're tuned in still, and we're tuned in to the first one, the Spring Mills 14-17 win against Morgantown. Thanks for hanging out with us, I guess, here on Black Friday. So happy belated Thanksgiving, happy holidays to everybody out there. So, yeah. This one's just in cruise control now, as expected. So hopefully things stay clean, injury-free, and penalty-free with a rolling clock. So everybody that is here can go home and get warm.
Yeah, I think this game today, and really both games together, but this one following the first one we had today should be a wake-up call for Spring Mills. Because they struggled with Morgantown today, different styles of play. I do give a lot of credit to Morgantown for the way that they played, but look what Martinsburg is doing to their quarterfinal opponent versus the way that Spring Mills looked today. It's night and day. And it's no surprise that a Dave Walker coach Martinsburg team is doing this to multiple playoff opponents, but Spring Mills showed that they can keep up with the Bulldogs, at least in the first time that they're seeing each other on the field. It's a home game for Spring Mills, although obviously it's not that much travel for Martinsburg fans to go to that one. But it should be a wake-up call to the Cardinals. The Bulldogs are a machine, and if you are not playing your A game going into the semifinal, you got to find that A game quick. And whether it's Jefferson or whether it's Hurricane, I think Spring Mills can get it done, but those are two different styles of team. We saw Hurricane was really able to bring it to Martinsburg in the first quarter or so of that game, and I think overall you got to wonder if Hurricane remains healthy. Now, obviously there were some questions of the health of Noah Velatombi coming into the playoffs. We weren't sure if he was going to play against George Washington. They end up with a close win with him playing, but how healthy is he? Is he at the top of his game? So that's a question for Jefferson, and the winner of that game, it's a question for Spring Mills. Can they get back on track with a big win next week and get to that state championship game where we expect them to face Martinsburg, who does have to go through Huntington next week as long as results stay the same here.
So far here in a game and a half of postseason football for Martinsburg, they've outscored their opponents 126-14. The usual in the playoffs, looking back to 2016 is as far as this is dated back. Martinsburg has now outscored opponents in playoff football 1,538 to 285.
Wow.
2016 it was 203-7. 2017 208-44. 2018 157-41. 2019 280-41. 2020 62-0. That obviously the COVID year. 2021 was 208-47. 2022 84-45. 2023 210-46, and now 126-14.
We saw Dave
Walker football.
Yeah, we saw Dave Walker obviously have his little bit of time at Concord, where he even had some success there with Gerard Bowie, among others. And I mean, you have to wonder how many. I don't know how many college coaching offers Dave Walker has turned down over the years, but my guess is it's not enough. There's got to be people out there that they're clamoring for this guy. I mean, it's an absolute dynasty that he has produced here at the high school level. So there's always it's always a two-way street. A school wants a coach wants wants a job, but it's just incredible. As long as he's the coach here, I imagine that this has to continue, because it's down to the core of the team. You can just feel it. It just feels different. It's just the backups and their backups are all, just better. It feels like you're watching a high school version of Nick Saban, Alabama out here. It's really something. And of course, at the high school level, you're not going to have as many Georgias and Ohio States and Oregons out there to compete at the same level. So it leads to those sort of numbers. It's really special.
Well, Dylan, I was looking out to see how much time was left on the scoreboard, and for a second thought, there's a lot of bugs flying around the lights. And then I looked to the other side of the field and realized, no, I think it's snowing.
I think you're right. Yes, it is.
It's not sticking. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything that is accumulated worth our time. But still cool to see, and maybe fires up the teams a little bit, because who doesn't like playing in the snow? Sunday Night Football probably going to be played in the snow tomorrow, but hopefully we don't see that much snow here, as it's expected to be snowing in Buffalo.
Yeah, that might be a little too much snow. The Thursday night game last week, the Steelers and Browns, that can be fun. That much snow. It is a lot of snow, but it's still, at least it's fun to watch. I don't know if it's fun to be there or fun to play in, but
it's Buffalo. It's always fun to be in Buffalo. I know you're talking about a few weeks ago, but I'm just saying with how much snow they're going to get.
Oh yeah,
it's fun no matter what.
That will be. I will gladly sit down and watch that
from home,
from my couch.
So, it will be Martinsburg to return the second half kickoff. At least it should be Martinsburg to return the second half kickoff, as Parkersburg South heads out to kick off from the 40-yard line. Our second half kickoff is brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. So, again, it's Martinsburg 49, Parkersburg South 7. So we'll have a rolling clock here in the third and fourth quarters, with a 42-point lead at the half. That new rule taking effect just this year, as the freshman for Park South, Wyatt Bartley, is on to kick off. Bartley lining it up, appearing that he's going to kick it short here to the near side the way he's standing. And he does. It's a short end over end kick that's going to be fair caught at the 40-yard line of Martinsburg, as diving in front of Braden Miller to make the catch for the Bulldogs, I believe, was Ty Ricketts.
That was 19, I
believe.
believe.
It was 19? Okay.
Kayala Villa.
Thank you. Freshman in Villa making the fair catch.
Apologies if that's not the correct pronunciation. It's a freshman. It's... We'll figure it out eventually if not.
Yeah, got a few years. As I said, only a freshman.
Exactly.
For Villa. So 2 receivers to the far side, to the near side for Coy Fegan. That's the snap. We'll hand it off to his running back. That's Brian Dick, who runs to the near side and will be wrapped up, brought down, but he falls forward for a gain of 2 yards to bring up a 2nd down and 8.
It's actually Myers in there now.
Oh, it's Myers? Thank you. Yep. My apologies. Kevin Myers, the freshman, in on the carry.
It's his first carry. Got in for a play earlier while Brian Dick lost a shoe. Made a nice block.
Eli Wheeler with the tackle for Parkersburg South, as Martinsburg taking its time here, just allowing that clock to roll. Very quiet crowd now. Good bit of it probably left here at halftime as Fegan gets the snap. It's a screen pass caught by Miller on the far side, and Braden Miller darts downfield across the 45, bangs into a tackler and drives him forward. That's Devin Forshee getting the hit from Braden Miller, but brings him down just shy of the 1st down marker at the 48-yard line to bring up a 3rd and 2.
9 completions to 5 different receivers so far for Coy Fegan.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Coy Fegan. Got his running back, Myers, lined up to his left here for the 3rd and 2. It's a quarterback keeper, and there goes Coy Fegan once again up the middle to the 20, 15, 10-5, and another touchdown for Coy Fegan, his 4th of the night with 10:19 left in the 3rd. The lead's extended now for Martinsburg to 55-7 against Parkersburg South.
It's more creative play calling from the Bulldogs. Looked like there was an option, maybe not an option, but the running back goes on sort of a swing screen route to the outside. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs are pulling an offensive lineman from the other side of the formation. Coy pump fakes and then follows that blocker through the hole, and it was just completely empty space on the 2nd and 3rd level of the defense.
Page's extra point kick is good, making it a 56-7 lead. We'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Take the stress out of updating and maintaining your home or business with RAI Properties. Serving the community for over 20 years, we specialize in fences, decks, landscaping, and property management. We also provide painting, flooring, vent cleaning, and renovation services. Our friendly, licensed professionals go above and beyond to get the job done right for you. For local service and trusted expertise for your next project, call RAI Properties today.
Back live here for another Martinsburg Bulldog kickoff. They've scored once again. If you missed it, shame on you. It's 56-7. Martinsburg leads Parkersburg South.
Well, Colin, you can't blame people for blinking. If you blink, you might miss it, sometimes.
Especially with Coy Fegan, his 4th touchdown of the night. It's a short kickoff that bounces at the 14. Will be caught by Kelly, and Kelly off to the races on the far side. There goes Kelly at the 40, 45, 50. Tries to find space at the 40 of Martinsburg and will be tackled at the 35-yard line. Great return by Brendan Kelly. Gives Park South fantastic field position at Martinsburg's 35. Let's get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool from Floor Pools.
So Martinsburg goes 3 plays for 60 yards. And 52 of those were on the touchdown by Coy Fegan. His 4th rushing touchdown of the day. I think that puts him at 186 rushing yards.
Colin Hayes takes the snap. Will hand it off to his running back. I believe that's Riggs on the carry to the near side. Didn't see who it was coming in. It is Riggs. And Riggs is going to lose 2 yards on the carry to bring up a 2nd down and 12.
It's a valiant effort on the kickoff return by Kelly, but he might have needed to get all the way to the end zone for this team to get there.
Hayes, play action pass, drops back, rolls to his left, throws the pass behind a receiver, almost got it to Forshee, who was right behind Middleton, but it hits Forshee and hits the turf. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. Ball now at the 36-yard line.
It's just very good coverage from Martinsburg that time. A little bit of pressure as well.
3 receivers to the left side of the formation. Tight end lined up to the right side of the line being Middleton. Hayes in shotgun. Riggs to his left. Play action pass. Quick screen on the near side. Caught in the middle of the field. And that is Brendan Kelly with the catch. Bouncing off Ace Flores and churning further downfield before being tackled just shy of the 20 at the 21 for a 1st down.
Some sort of miscommunication by the Martinsburg defense that time.
Hayes hands it off to Riggs, who tries to fight forward up the middle, but Jordan Kovacs is there to push him back to the line of scrimmage. Is all he got. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
And maybe there was supposed to be a pass off as guys went outside and inside between the defensive backs for Martinsburg, but regardless, it ends up as a 1st down for Park South.
2nd and 10 at the 22. Middleton in motion from right to left on the line as Hayes gets the snap, throws it to the left, and almost intercepted once again. If Ty Ricketts was looking, he might have had his 2nd pick 6 and his 3rd interception.
I think he knows it, too.
As that pass was the same screen intended for Forshee.
He gave the surrender cobra the hands up on the head after that one.
So here we go, 4th and 10. They go with the hard count. Nobody jumps. 2 receivers to the near side. You got Marshall and Kelly, one to the far side. Hayes takes the snap, drops back, looking to pass, throws it deep into triple coverage and deflected all around before falling incomplete as he just chucked it towards the end zone. That's a turnover on downs, and Martinsburg will have a 1st and 10 at its 22-yard line now.
We'll see if the day is done for Coy Fagan. It does look like it.
A pass once again intended for Devin Forshee.
Looks like Brian Dick at quarterback, Kevin Myers at running back now.
Yep, Dick. Myers to his left. We'll send Bunny out wide on the far side, along with, I believe, Ty Ricketts at receiver on the far side as well. So 2 receivers to each side. As Dick takes the snap, rolls to the near side, throws the pass too far in front of Braden Miller at the 30-yard line on the out route. That'll fall incomplete to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Just a fantastic game from Coy Fagan again. It's hard to defend him. I don't really know how you do it at times. You gotta, I guess,
nobody in the state does.
Yeah, I guess your one hope is maybe force him to pass, but the Martinsburg offensive line is so good that they can run the ball at will.
Dick hands it off to Myers, who has a huge hole up the middle into the secondary and will be brought down by the free safety, Derek Sandy, to save Kevin Myers from having a big touchdown run.
And there's an example of that running at will, even when the backups come in, whether it's Dick or whether it's Kevin Myers, or now it looks like Colin Schaffner back at running back.
So 1st and 10 for Martinsburg. Ball at the 34-yard line. 2 receivers to each side for Dick. Schaffner lined up to his left. Dick takes the snap. Screen pass to the near side intended for Ricketts, but he can't haul it in. This kind of looks like lost concentration for a brief moment, and that was the difference. 2nd down and 10 now.
Well, he's used up all his catches for the day, maybe, on the defensive side.
Could be. There's 4:56 left now here in this 3rd quarter. It's Martinsburg 56, Parkersburg South 7. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side for Dick, who gets the snap. Will hand it off to Colin Schaffner. Schaffner tries to cut outside, but is wrapped up. As in on the tackle for Parkersburg South, I believe, was Zane Van Fossen. Schaffner gets it to the 36-yard line, so a gain of 2 will bring up a 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, that was a nice block shed by Park South up front. Be able to get off the block and make that tackle on defensive line.
Play call gets sent in by Martinsburg. 2 receivers to each side for Brian Dick. Lined up to his right now, Schaffner. As Dick takes the snap, keeps it himself, tries to go right up the middle, but the edges of the defensive line go in on him and kind of slow him down. So he gets banged around and tripped up to the 40-yard line, so not enough for a 1st down. That'll bring up a 4th down and 4. Martinsburg keeps the offense out there. Dick tries to go with the hard count. Now resets. There's 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side.
Showed some pressure. I think maybe they aren't going to bring it now.
Dick gets the snap, throws it to near side, and again, it's a screen pass intended for Ty Ricketts, and he drops it. So turnover on downs with 3:24 left here in the 3rd quarter. It stays Martinsburg 56, Parkersburg South 7.
Well, can't get them all. Like I said, yeah, he used up all of his catches on defense, Colin. He's gotten tired. His hands are tired.
It's cold.
That too, yeah. 2 interceptions, pick 6, being one of them.
Yeah, still in contention for player of the game.
He's got stiff competition.
He
but
does.
I think he'll end up with at least one of these awards at the end of the game.
Still might get the good hands catch of the game.
Front runner at the very least.
It's 1st and 10 at the 40 for Parkersburg South. It's a handoff as Hayes gives it up to his running back, James Latea. And Latea is going to lose yards on the run as Ace Flores stops him in the backfield for a loss of 2. It's a ball at the 42-yard line now. We're in the final 2.5 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Hayes drops back to pass. It's a screen pass that's floated up and caught by Riggs, and Riggs is drilled by Ty Ricketts.
Who else? He's been everywhere today. I think he's the leader for collision in the game at this point, and it's not even that one. It's the screen pass that he blew up earlier. He's been all over the screens. He blew one up with a big hit, turned another into a pick 6, blew up that screen there.
Hayes takes a snap, rolls to his left, throws it deep towards the sticks, and now late flags fly in with 1:48 left here in the 3rd quarter. That'll stop the clock, and it looks like it might be a pass interference penalty against the Bulldogs. Wait for that to be announced and get our 3rd quarter sponsors. 3rd quarter brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg. Your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361, as well as CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Martinsburg. Stop in, see them today at 48 Kelly Island Road, or call 304-263-8821. Proud to be the owners who just care more. So it's a 1st and 10 now at the 29-yard line for Parkersburg South as Hayes hands it off to Riggs. Riggs tries to go up the middle and is met by Ace Flores after a run of only 2 yards to bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Park South has another set of downs now to try to get this one down the field, get some more points up on the board. Just a unneeded error from Martinsburg.
2 backs in the backfield to the left and right of Hayes, who gets the snap, drops back to pass, looks left, throws it underneath. It's caught by Forshee, and Forshee goes down the far sideline to the 20. His forward progress is stopped, and he's pushed back. But that'll make it a 3rd down at about 1 or 2 yards. Under a minute left now in the 3rd.
Forshee had that one big drive that ended in the only Park South touchdown, but since that drive where he had 4 catches for 60 yards, that's only his 2nd catch for 20 yards after that, making him at a total of 6 for 80.
3rd and 2 from the 20 is Hayes. Goes with the read option, keeps it himself. goes off a tackler, waits for a hole to be opened up by his line, and fights for it, but is going to be down a yard shy. Potentially, no. Our main official actually points first down.
Yep, but
so 1st and 10 for Park South at the 18-yard line. What were you about to say, Dylan?
I said, but that'll be the last play of the quarter.
You are correct, as the clock hits 0, so after 3, it's Martinsburg 56, Park South 7. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then return. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Don't miss Floor Pool's 4th store grand opening hot tub sale beginning November 22nd at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown, featuring their 4th store grand opening with special grand opening prices. Floor Pools is prepared with a special truckload of hot tubs and endless pools at truckload prices, with financing available. Attention! We've secured a limited supply of factory second hot tubs at up to 30% off. Once they're gone, they're gone. Make every day better with a hot tub or pool from Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and the new pop-up location at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown. FloorPools.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We are back here for the 4th quarter. It is 1st and 10, Parkersburg South at Martinsburg's 18-yard line. Park South with Colin Hayes at quarterback, Riggs at running back. Hayes hands it off to Riggs. Riggs wanted to cut outside, went to cut back in, and setting the edge, waiting for him was Frankie Arias to wrap him up after only a yard gained on the carry for Riggs to make it 2nd down and 9. 3 receivers to the right side now for Hayes. Riggs to his right as well. Hayes goes with a hard count, and now we'll get the play call from that far sideline. 20 seconds left on the play clock. It is Martinsburg here in the 4th quarter with a 56-7 lead in this quarterfinal game. Send Forsheen motion from right to left as Hayes takes the snap, drops back the pass hit as he throws another pick. Drifting back in coverage was Braden Miller. Now he's on the near side, going to the far side, jukes past a man, still has space looking downfield, trying to hold on to the ball as trying to rip him out of it was Caden Marshall, and Miller finally gets brought down at the 44-yard line of the Bulldogs. There is a flag, however, well behind after the pick, so it should still be Martinsburg ball as it was on the return.
It was, yeah. I think probably a hold pretty early in the return from the looks of it. But 5th interception.
5th interception of the night. Martinsburg now 1 interception away from tying the state playoff record, which is set at 6, trying to see who currently has that record. Most pass interceptions, 6 by Brooke against Wheeling Park in 1999.
Well, the running clock's not going to give them much of an opportunity to do it much more. But
that's true. 10:56 left here in the 4th quarter. It's the penalty currently being assessed for Martinsburg. It will be 1st down and 10.
They're getting backed up
at
on
its 12-yard line, it appears.
It's inside.
7-yard line,
7,
sorry.
yeah.
Thank you. 2 receivers to each side for Brian Dick. Takes the snap, hands it off to Myers. Myers cuts to the near side, now down the near sideline at the 20. There goes Myers, pushed out of bounds at the 30-yard line by Derek Sandy. That is another big run for the freshman who got to the 32-yard line for a 1st down. So 25-yard run.
Yeah, it's 2 straight good runs on by Myers when he's gotten the ball. The 12-yarder on his last carry.
Trips to the far side now. 1 receiver to the near side for Dick. Myers to his left. Dick, high snap, brings it down, hands it off to Myers. Myers up the middle has another great hole by the line. Goes across the 40 and brought down at the 44-yard line for another Martinsburg first down. So a 12-yard run, and he'll go out for a few plays, and now it'll be Colin Schaffner at running back.
A freshman, 5'11", 170 is Myers. I mean, he's impressed on his carries.
Dick sets, takes the snap, drops back, looks to pass on the near side. It's high, but caught by Tate Cofield on the screen, and Cofield gets it to the 45-yard line, so only a 1-yard gain, and that'll make it now 2nd down and 9. So 2nd and 9 at the 45. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Dick, read option, keeps it himself, breaks off a tackle, tries to cut to the left, and then quickly goes right up the middle of the field, diving forward to the 49-yard line. That brings up a 2nd down and 9.
Brian Dick and Kevin Myers, that might be your lead backfield next year. Brian Dick will only be a junior. Myers will be a sophomore.
3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Dick takes the snap, goes with the speed option, keeps it himself. Brian Dick on the near side has a great block in front of him as he gets to the 40-yard line, trying to see who that was with a huge block. Colby Walker, another freshman, putting the boom around that 40-yard line to help Dick out.
And, they're probably tired, but it is still a lot of Park South starters out on the field right now. Tyson Wagner is out there.
Yeah, for the seniors, it's their final moments here.
Yeah, Eli
it's 56-7 Martinsburg leads Parkersburg South with under 8 minutes left in the 4th. Dick gets the snap, throws it underneath. It's caught by Kevin Myers. Myers tries to escape on the far side, but is met by Devin Forshee. Forshee's able to wrap him up for a loss.
That's a really nice play by Forshee there. Just had nowhere to go on the swing pass. It's one of those plays that a lot of times that's the only option on it. All the other wide receivers on the outside are blocking, so if you sniff it out, you can turn it into a negative play pretty easily.
An official's timeout after the play. Not sure what's going on. Now we have it. It's a holding penalty against Martinsburg. The penalty is declined since there was a loss on the play. The ball now at the 48-yard line. So 2 receivers now to each side. Dick, Myers to his left, in the gun. He now motions Myers to his right. Brian Dick takes the snap. He's going to go quarterback power up the middle. Gets across the 45 and to the 47-yard line before being stopped. That'll make it a 3rd down at about 13, maybe 14 yards needed for the first down.
Yeah, it looks like 3 yards behind the original line of scrimmage.
Two receivers to each side. Dick, again in shotgun. Lined up to his left is Myers. Park South sends the blitz, so Dick runs to the left and will only get to the 40-yard line on the run, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 10. Appears as of right now the offense will stay out just to give them some experience.
Yeah, this is good experience here. This is playoff football. Obviously, you might not be getting the most effort out of the opposing defense, but in this situation,
it's at least not first string.
Yeah,
so,
that
helps.
Maybe not all 11.
4th and 10. Dick drops back to pass. Wanted to go deep. Stepped up in the pocket as it collapses, and he's going to be brought down for a sack. It's going to be a turnover on downs, as in on the sack was Logan Middleton from Parkersburg South. It'll be a Patriot 1st and 10 at its 48 8-yard line. With 6:05 left in the fourth, it's Martinsburg 56, Parkersburg South 7.
Well, a play like that is why I used the qualifier of maybe not all 11, because you still got guys up there like Middleton wrecking plays, even though it's a 49-point deficit with 6 minutes left. So that shows you right there that obviously Park South, even with all this talent, this is just kind of what Martinsburg does to a lot of teams.
Looks like a new quarterback in. It's Lutchman Singh for Park South. Sends a man in motion, that being Middleton, and Lutchman Singh loses the snap and tries to throw it to the near side. Awkwardly did so to Forshee, and Forshee's going to get drilled by Villa at the Parkersburg South 40-yard line.
He loses 9 yards on that.
Our fourth quarter is brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com, as well as Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way or online at Orsinis.com. Second down and 20 at the 38-yard line for Lutchman Singh. Sends Forshee in motion, but he hands it off to Riggs. Riggs on the near side tries to cut inside and go away from a few Martinsburg players, as Woodson was waiting there for him, and Villa able to get the tackle.
That's Riggs' best run of the day, 8 yards.
Yep, that'll make it 3rd and 12. As Lutchman Singh goes with a hard count to try to draw somebody offside. This backups for Martinsburg staying strong and not moving. Awkward snap again for Lutchman Singh, and the play's going to be blown up as he's being chased down by White. Somehow evades White, rolls to his right, looking towards the sticks, fires a pass that's caught by Devin Forshee, and he goes out of bounds very close to the first down marker, but with his momentum carrying him towards the ball, he goes out of bounds 2 yards shy. So that'll make it 4th and 2 with 4:15 left here in the fourth.
Made up for the yardage that he lost on his last catch.
Lutchman Singh gets the snap. Play action pass to the near side. Cofield tries to get him. Lutchman Singh dancing around, and he's going to be brought down for a sack. Turnover on downs, as great job by Cofield to come off the edge and blow that play up to make Lutchman Singh try to extend, and he couldn't do so to get the first.
Credit to Lutchman Singh for making that more interesting than some quarterbacks might. Evading the pressure at first, just too much to handle overall.
Martinsburg's going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Relive.
Now they have the ball with 3:57 left in this fourth quarter. It's Martinsburg 56, Parkersburg South 7. So Martinsburg will advance to the state semifinal matchup and will host that semifinal matchup next week. And it will be the Huntington Highlanders again coming to the House of Pain, Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium.
We're going to have to wait and see what time and day that one ends up being next week.
Two receivers to each side. New quarterback in. Music still playing. I'm okay with it. Feels like a NBA game, but they have to cut it off because it's not, as Ty Ricketts in at quarterback. I'll hand it off to his running back, who I did not actually see, in all honesty, who it was. It might have been Myers, because he's out there right now. Kind of limping as well, is Myers. 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line. It's another handoff to Myers. Myers tries to go up the middle and bouncing it to the outside, and he gets wrapped up and only got back to the line of scrimmage, which will make it a 3rd down and 4 now from the 50.
So obviously Spring Mills will have to wait until the result of tomorrow's Jefferson Hurricane game to see when their semifinal is scheduled for. But we should find out pretty soon after this one when Martinsburg is scheduled for.
Yeah, we'll see if they release it immediately or if they wait. So 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Ricketts. Schaffner, the running back, to his right as Ricketts takes the snap, looks to the near side, throws it, and it was a screen pass intended, I believe, for Kai Rhodes that was too far downfield and actually sailed over the head of Colby Walker, who was setting up the block.
I wonder if Ty mixed up which receiver was getting the screen there. That's my hypothesis, at least, my theory on that one.
4th and 4, 2 minutes left in the ball game for Martinsburg. Out on offense. Just trying to pick up a 1st down here are the 3rd strings. Ricketts throws a pass underneath, too far out in front of his intended receiver, his running back, Colin Schaffner. So it's another turnover on downs. So Parkersburg South will get the ball back with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
The team's kind of just struggling through the last few minutes. Probably tensing up a little bit as the adrenaline might be wearing off in the cold weather.
So, Lutchman Singh at quarterback will get the snap. Rolls to the near side, has a man open, and it's caught by the open target, Devin Forshee. Forshee with a nice stiff arm there, fighting with Martinsburg's freshman Juan Woodson. Woodson able to push him out of bounds at the 37-yard line. It's enough for a 1st down. It's Lutchman Singh alone in the backfield, pump fakes, now looks deep for Forshee, has him wide open. Into the end zone is Forshee, and it's caught for a Parkersburg South touchdown with 1:13 left in the 4th. They're able to get one more to put a bow on things for the senior. Make it 56-13. So Devin Forshee gets another touchdown to his career. He'll now stay on to hold the point after attempt. As on to attempt that extra point is Alex Hanna. As Hanna lets the kick up. And good to make it 56-14 now as we step aside and we'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football and Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 30 seconds.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
We are back here live and get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Floor Pools. Only took 2 plays for 50 yards on that drive, capped off by that huge touchdown pass from Lutchman Singh to Devin Forshee, the senior, getting another touchdown. Make it Martinsburg 56 and Parkersburg South only 14. As on to kickoff now for Parkersburg South will be Wyatt Bartley. As Bartley walks back as his team spreads out for the kick. And it's a short kick as flags fly. As it appears that a few Parkersburg South Patriots were already across the 40-yard line before the kick. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty with a false start, or offside technically, I guess, against the kicking team. So we got 1:13 left here in the ball game. Martinsburg will head to the semifinal against Huntington next week. Stay tuned this weekend via social media to see when that game will occur next week here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Bartley again goes back to kick off, this time from the 35. Kick, high and short end over end. That will be caught at the 42-yard line and returned to the near side here. I believe that might be for Martinsburg. Von Holmes in on the return across the 50 and will be tackled at Parkersburg South's 48-yard line. Clock stops with 1:04 left for the change of possessions.
First and 10, Martinsburg.
Martinsburg will have a 1st and 10. Ty Ricketts at quarterback. And we'll have Kevin Myers at running back and 2 receivers to each side. Some confusion now, it appears, potentially for Ricketts, trying to get the play into his receivers, making sure everybody's on the same page. Ricketts gets the snap, hands it off to Myers. Myers fights forward up the middle and will kind of just be picked up, so they rule him dead as Tyson Wagoner takes him off his feet, and that'll make it 2nd down and 9. That should be the final play of the game as the play clock behind the game clock, so both teams will make their way toward midfield and begin to shake hands as Martinsburg once again is victorious in dominating fashion here in the state quarterfinal. The Bulldogs defeat the Parkersburg South Patriots and once again end Park South's season in back-to-back years, this time by a final score of 56-14. We'll step aside and take a 2-minute break and then be back with our post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596. Drive More Days is back at CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. And this year, we'll enter you into a drawing to win a $1,000 gas card with your test drive. And during the Make This the Summer sales event, get up to $6,000 off MSRP on select new Wranglers or up to $7,500 off MSRP on select new Grand Cherokees. Stop in today during CMA's Drive More Days for your chance at a $1,000 gas card completely on us. Online at CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg.com. Owners just care more.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Trager does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
To the state semifinals, as looking down on the field, trying to find Dylan Bishop with our post-game interviewee, possibly, as he has Coach David Walker potentially. So, Dylan, let's send it down to the field so that he can have Coach Walker.
All right, thank you, Colin. Down here with Coach Walker. Got the job done here, 56 to. I'll ask you about the defensive performance. First of all, you guys.
Tomorrow's success.
Hayes, what did you think about your pass defense? What did you see?
Give up some big third downs. I just thought we tightened up a little bit, adjusted our secondary a little bit. Plays.
And the other side on offense, you guys were able to get a lot of explosive runs. Yarder. The other one was a 52-yarder, 4 touchdowns for him. Boston Todd gets a long one on that pitch play. How'd you feel about the run offense on that side for you guys to be able to break those big plays?
I thought we did a pretty good job. Initially, I have to go back and look at the film. I'm sure we made a lot of mistakes. But, yeah, I mean, Coy did what
to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy.
Our passing stuff that we could have cleaned up. We need to clean up a little bit. But overall, you scored 56 points. You got to be pretty happy.
I'd say a lot of people would say Coy Fagan should win the Kennedy Award. I'm sure, what would be your pitch to anyone out there with a vote?
I mean, I've seen everybody play this year, and I've been doing this a long time. He's the best player in the state. I'm not take away from anything from anyone else, but he's the best I've seen this year, and anybody that's seen him play, I don't know how they could argue against that.
Think your team had any issues with the cold out there? How do you guys prepare for a game when it's going to be cold and windy out here?
I mean, you really can't. Yeah, you just got to, we go out and practice every day and, just go through the weather the best you can. But once you get it moving around, I don't think it's that bad.
All right, Coach. Well, I'll let you get warm now. Thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right. Swap over here.
Visit
Ty Ricketts, 2 interceptions on the day. First pass from Colin Hayes. You're able to read the screen and take it to the house for a pick 6. What did you see on that play?
I just seen the screen coming. I knew it was going to be a screen just from what we've been looking at it, and our scout run it all week. So I just thought it was going to be a screen, and I was able to jump it and pick 6 it.
And you had another interception there on that second one. What'd you think happened on that play? What your assignment was and how that one played out for you to get your second pick?
In that moment, I had the flat, so I just dropped back and I seen the quarterback looking. I looked over at the wide receiver and I just knew he was going to throw it to him, and I was able to pick it off and get some yardage.
You guys had 5 picks on Colin Hayes here today. What did you think? Just overall, your pass defense, what you were seeing from them in the pass game, that you guys were able to get all of those?
I think our secondary is just really good, and we just pay attention and we look at scout report and all that. So whenever a team's throwing a ball around us, probably either going to pick it or they get some lucky catches in between there, but for the most part, we're pretty good at it. So.
And lastly, obviously, you get some reps at quarterback as well. You get the play behind Coy Fagan. He's, to many, the best player in the state. What's it like to just be in that quarterback room behind him and see the plays that he makes? And, so you get out a wide receiver, you get to catch the ball from him as well. So just what it's like to play behind him.
It's great. Every day in practice, you just look up to him. It's pretty fun watching him during practice and especially during games. And our whole team just loves everybody. We just play as a family, and I think that's how we win a bunch of football games.
All right, Ty, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Colin, back to you.
Thank you, Dylan, for grabbing our post-game interviews. We'll now step aside, take another 2-minute break so that Dylan can get back up here so that we can have our post-game stats, give out our awards, and wrap up our post-game show. Again, final score 56-14. Martinsburg defeats Parkersburg South. We'll be back after this 2-minute break for the final segment of the Palace Lounge post-game show.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
12-piece chicken for $12 with Rock's app.
Starting route to Rock's local market.
Stopping by a local watering hole for happy hour between 5 and 7 to get the family dinner.
It's not rocket science. Get a 12-piece chicken for $12 at happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. with the Rock's app. Reserve a table by the fire every night. Relax in the warmth and comfort of a Roach Energy gas fireplace. Roach Energy. Call 304-263-3329.
David M. Walker Stadium, our final segment here of the Palace Lounge post-game show. Martinsburg gets the 56-14 win on Park South. Park South finishes the year 6-6 overall. I'm Colin McLaughlin alongside me, Dylan Bishop, our on-site producer, John Alderton, cameraman Matt Miller, Marcus Jordan back at the studio, Nick Verzolini. Just waiting for Dylan to tally up our post-game stats, which are brought to you by RAI Properties, LLC, servicing the tri-state area. Give them a call at 304-200-3144. Visit raiproperties.com. Dylan, you're ready to go? Can't remember if you want to add it, how long that final touchdown was.
38.
For she, so there you go. Good stuff.
So, I was able to get that from Rick Kozlowski on the way down there, talking to Coach Walker and Ty Ricketts. I do have to do a little bit of the math to add that play. What is, let's see here. We're looking at 91 plus 38 is 129. There we go.
Yes.
So that is the final number of yards for Colin Hayes. 10 for 25, 129 yards, touchdown, and 5 picks for the Martinsburg defense.
Well, that last touchdown throw was Lechman's.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, you're right. So he actually then had 91 yards on 10 for 24 passing. So sorry about that. Give the credit to Lechman Single on that one. The pass did go to Devin Forshee, though, who had 9 catches for 118 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. That's about all the highlights for Park South, though, on offense. Go over to Martinsburg. Coy Fagan was 9 for 13 with 72 passing yards and a touchdown. And Coy Fagan had 9 carries for 186 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. Brian Dick adds in 11 carries for 51 yards and a score. Boston Todd, 3 for 68 on the ground and a 61-yard touchdown in there. And Jay Sean Dirting, 3 catches, 25 yards and a touchdown. Those leading receiver, just like he was at halftime.
So there you go. Post-game stats brought to you by RAI Properties. Let's now wrap things up and get our awards, starting off with the electrifying play of the game, brought to you by CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. Stop in, see them today at 48 Kelly Island Road in Martinsburg, or give them a call at 304-263-8821. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Well, I thought it was going to be the 75-yard touchdown run by Coy Fagan. And if you're watching another part of the game, you might think it's the 52-yard run for a touchdown by Coy Fagan. Turns out it's the 14-yard touchdown run by Coy Fagan, where he just wasn't fazed by a defensive lineman trying to sack him. He just bounced off of him, ran it in for a score. It's just incredible stuff from him.
There you go. Electrifying play of the game. Collision of the game now, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Give them a call at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Cody's Auto Body. Collision of the game, Dylan.
Ty Ricketts blowing up a screen down on the right side of the field, and for a loss of 3, he blew up a couple plays like that, but he had the big hit in there for the collision of the game.
And now our Good Hands Catch of the Game, brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596. Stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg.
Ty Ricketts is pick 6. Second play of the game or second pass of the game, I should say, for Park South. Takes it, reads the screen. He told you. He said he just saw it coming the whole way. Jumped in front of it and took it to the house.
And lastly, our player of the game, brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. And if you want to do a co-player of the game, go right ahead, Dylan.
I kind of have to. I think Ty Ricketts was making plays everywhere on defense. Coy Fagan, 9 carries. Like I said, 9 carries, 186 yards on 9 rushing attempts is insane.
And 4 of those 9 for touchdowns.
Yes, 3 in a row were for touchdowns. His only one in the second half was a 52-yard touchdown. It's just incredible. He adds in a passing touchdown as well. Best player of the state. He just put another exclamation point on his campaign for the Kennedy Award.
So there you have it. Again, final score: Martinsburg 56, Parkersburg South 14. So the Bulldogs advance to the state semifinals. Yet again, they will match up with the Huntington Highlanders. Deja vu, Dylan, and everybody else. We'll have that game for you whenever it is next week. Maybe we'll even have the other state semifinal, depending on if they're not at the same time. So keep an eye on that. So for Nick Verzolini, as well as John Alderton, Matt Miller, Marcus Jordan, and Dylan Bishop, I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. This has been West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Have a great rest of your weekend.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the expansion of our ENT services in the Eastern Panhandle. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley has added 2 new physician's assistants to their team. Both Connor Hall and Samantha Barbado are now accepting new patients, allowing WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat Berkeley to provide faster appointment times. For more information, call 304-262-9400. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, located in the Dorothy McCormick Center in Martinsburg.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
We welcome you into the post-game scoreboard show. I'm your host, Nick Verzolini, as Martinsburg advances to the state semifinals with the 56-14 win over Parkersburg South. Other scores from 4A today: Spring Mills gets the win over Morgantown 14-7. The Cardinals will head to their first ever state semifinal next week. And they'll wait the winner of Hurricane Jefferson, which will be played tomorrow, the 6 versus 3 matchup. But earlier today as well, Huntington will be the opponent for the Martinsburg Bulldogs as they defeat Wheeling Park 51-39 in a shootout. Some other high school football scores tonight: Fairmont Senior in AAA gets the win over Spring Valley 29-6. They're headed to the semifinals. Herbert Hoover beats Oak Hill 56-14. There'll be some games Saturday in AAA between North Marion taking on Princeton and Nitro traveling to Bridgeport. In AA, Roane County beats Scott 21-0. Williamstown beats Wheeling Central 29-21. They'll have Bluefield versus Frankfort tomorrow, and Philip Barber taking on Independence. And then in A, we had Waha defeating Sherman 61-0, and Cameron beating Doddridge County 28-13. It will be Tucker County versus Pendleton County, as well as Tug Valley versus Petersburg tomorrow. And then finally, we have in college basketball tonight, West Virginia takes down Arizona, their second win in the top 25 this week in the Bahamas. They defeat the Wildcats 83-76. They'll see them again in Big 12 play, I believe, as well. So that'll be interesting to see how this game affects things in terms of preparation for that one. But West Virginia now 5-2. They also upset Gonzaga earlier in the week, so overall pretty good week for the Mountaineers. Well, West Virginia football for you tomorrow at noon, I do believe. They're on the road against blanking on that one. WVU will take on Texas Tech. Yes, tomorrow at noon. 7-4 Texas Tech versus 6-5 WVU, trying to get to their 7th win. Already bowl eligible. We'll have that one at noon for you on Talk Radio WRNR. But that will do it for our weekend coverage in terms of local sports. Join us on Monday for the Sports Mix at noon. So we'll break down all the latest in high school football, as well as the Mountaineer game and the Commanders and the Ravens and the Steelers, all that fun stuff. But that will do it here. I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long from the studio. Once again, your final score here tonight: Martinsburg 56, Parkersburg South 14. Have a good night, everyone, and enjoy your weekend.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
And that concludes today's postgame show. Be sure to tune in each week throughout the regular and postseason for more West Virginia high school football. Today's game has been brought to you by
Orsini's Home Store, Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, CMA Chrysler Dodge, WVU East, the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, RAI Properties, Parsons Ford, Rocks, John Hardy, Gary Kelly Allstate, and Panhandle Dumpsters.
For the best in high school, college, and NFL coverage all season long, keep it tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.